I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together. We rise, we fall together. Together we overcome. Together we can be stopped. Bonitile koro oladara. We will reach those goals we set together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We will lose together. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea, okay. We lose together. Together we win. We rise, we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We lose together.
Together we can be strong.
We rise, we fall together.
Oh, we've done it again, haven't we? Fuck's sake. Right, we're back. We're back. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that crap. We're here for another preview. The games come thick and fast, but thankfully, the end of the season is nearby. Very close. Only 2-3 more weeks, people, and this whole horrid season is over. But until then, it's another preview. It's another London derby. You're going to have to hit the gong twice for that one. And also, we have more injuries. Up the Chelsea. Up the fucking Chelsea. I swear, like, 2 injuries a match day is actually so accurate. We might actually have a starting 11 and sub bench, a full sub bench of injured players by the end of the season. The magic number is now 14. The magic number is now 14. I know some people are going to say, oh, but some guys are in team training. Some guys are still being assessed. If they're on the injury list, forget it. If they're on the list, even if they're in full team training, they're not ready to start. So they're on the list. They're not going to be available. You might see an Nkuku or Colwell get thrown onto the bench just to fill the numbers up because, fucking hell, guys, we thought that Villa bench was bad. Wait till we see whatever's in store tomorrow. We are going to have an entire bench full of NPCs. It's going to be ridiculous, guys. But, whatever, man. 4 games. 4 games, and this is done. So it's Tottenham, West Ham. Oh, no, 5. Oh, we've still got to play Brighton away. 5 games. 5 games. And this horrid season is over. Yeah, guys, we're going to touch on the Matson stuff later. There's news on Matson. There's news on Silva. There's news on Sterling. We're going to touch on all of that just after we get through the whole match preview and everything. But don't worry, we didn't forget. We didn't miss out. We don't miss out on anything. But I appreciate you guys bringing it up anyway. We have it all saved. So we're going to touch on that later. Shout out to Stide Formula. Shout out to Warrior. Shout out to Squaremore. There isn't going to be a watch along tonight. I really need to lie down after this. I've had like one of the worst sleeps of my life. So I'm going to just chill for the evening. But we're here for the preview. There's a opposition analysis with We Are Tottenham TV we put out a few hours ago. So keep a lookout for that. And tomorrow, we will be back for the Chelsea v Tottenham watch along because fuck going to that shit. I can't be bothered for that. What is wrong with this desk? Oh, and this camera too. Is this camera out injured as well? Fucking dickhead. There we go. There we go. Right, so Chelsea versus Tottenham. The first of 2 London derbies this week for us. There's a lot at stake, both for Tottenham and their faint top 4 hopes, for us and our faint European hopes. Also, our record against Tottenham. 1 win in 33 years. We have spent a lot of years building on that record. Obviously, Poch came and ruined it in 2018 when he was actually a decent coach. But he might ruin it again. He might ruin it again. Although I say that, like, I don't even know who we turn to if we're in a losing position in this game. Because, again, our bench is going to be literally filled with NPCs and Cobham graduates that no one's ever heard of in their lives. But whatever. Quietly, this game might be coming at a good time for us in spite of all of this. Just because of our home record. Unbeaten in 6. We score a lot of goals at home. I think we scored at least twice in each game. Spurs hate travelling here. In spite of the injury list, in spite of the fact that they're going to probably be the team in better form going into this game. I need to just double check the form sheet. No, actually. Yeah, we're in slightly better form than they are. In the league, at least. So we have 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the league. We won't talk about the loss. Tottenham have 2 wins, 3 losses, and a draw. So we're going into this game with slightly better form. And Spurs are coming to a ground that they usually don't like playing in. And this camera, I don't fucking like this either. Fuck off. I really need to buy a new webcam at this point. This is pissing me off. This is pissing me off. Like, this is the most sensitive webcam I've ever used in my life. Get in the bin. Get in the fucking bin. But yeah, web beef with the webcam aside, there's a little bit of hope for this game. But then again, the defense has been crippled by injuries. And we're already conceding heavy amounts before that. So now I don't know what to expect because our back four speaks for itself. There's too many injuries. It's Cucurella, it's Badiashile, it's Chalobah, and it's Gilchrist. Because oh boy. Like, is that Akipong kid like really that raw that you can't throw him into this game even though he's an actual right back? Because like I have no faith in Gilchrist at right back. Barely at centre back. Like, I know we're just throwing him into that game because we literally have nobody else, but like, is that Cobham graduate really not that great? Then again, it's probably a trash v garbage argument with the lack of experience the pair of them have. So like, what's the point of even complaining about it? The back four we have is the back four we're stuck with. Whatever. From a neutral perspective, this game is going to be absolutely amazing because there is definitely going to be heavy goals on either side. With the way Ange sets up his team, we will be able to make chances. It's just, can we bury them? The same age-old question that we ask going into every single match. With our defense, we are not keeping a clean sheet. And we barely keep a clean sheet anyway, so don't even think about that one. Like, this is just going to be end-to-end. This is going to be basketball, football. Just a good thing I'm mentally signed out. Just don't lose. I beg you, don't lose. Like, one of the few things that we still have remaining from Chelsea is our record against Tottenham at home. Like, I beg you, don't throw this one away too. But then again, we have a Tottenham reject or a Tottenham saboteur in our dugout anyway. So who knows? Maldini says, easy win. I hope you're correct, man. I really hope you're correct. But now the injuries just made me even less confident. Kenny says it's going to be a draw, to be honest. That was where I thought this game was heading. Like, I've said it in all my predictions. Like, Tottenham aren't in the best of shape going into this game. We're not in the best of shape going into this game. We both suck at set pieces. We both only seem to turn up for a half. Our benches aren't really great. Our attacks can be very wasteful. Like, it screams draw. This game screams draw. I hope we win, but hell, a draw doesn't suit anybody in this as well. It basically confirms Spurs ain't making top four. And it's 2 more points dropped for Chelsea in the race for Europe. And this is one of our games in hand. How far are we off Newcastle in 7th? So we're 5 points off Newcastle. And this is our game in hand. Yeah, we would really rather win this. Even 4 points isn't necessarily great for us. Who do Newcastle have to end the season? Burnley, Brighton, Man United and Brentford. Ooh, a couple race for Europe ties. There might be a. I'm not even trying to trick myself into this crap. Look, get to 7th, and I'll believe it. Get to 7th. If we don't get to 7th, I'm not listening to anything. I was gonna say I wouldn't make any changes except for Sterling for Mudryk, but Sterling's also on the injury list, so I don't think we can make any changes with the midfield and the attack. It's just going to be Caicedo, Gallagher, Mudryk, Palmer, Madueke, and Jackson up top. Like, this is, I think, the one preview where we don't need to talk about who's going to be in the lineup. There's no choice. There's no choice anywhere. You have your starting 11. That's it. That's it. I don't even think you can rely on anyone on the bench. Unless we're just going to throw Nkuku and Colwell there because they're in full team training. And even then, I doubt you even see them get minutes. So here's what it is. Yeah, guys, I've learnt. I learnt after Burnley. I learned after Sheffield United. I'm not doing that to myself anymore. I'm not doing that to myself. When Chelsea are in 7th place at the end of a match day, then I'll believe. Then I'll believe. Until then, nope. No chance. But yeah, for the injury list, just for anybody who isn't already aware, we are now at 14 injuries. That's got to be a record for this season. Like, I don't think we've had more than that. Someone let me know in the chat. Have we had any more than 14? Apparently, it's 11 senior players available. Basically, everybody else is out. All we have is just our starting 11, and like we might have to form a prayer circle on the watch along before the game in just the hope that we don't lose anybody else. Because if we have any more injuries, I don't know what we're doing. So the new players added to the list are Disasi and Thiago Silva. Disasi had 0 injuries. Literally 0 injuries before he joined Chelsea Football Club. Now he has 2. This is the one that confuses me as well, because how has this guy played 10 minutes and re-injured himself? Like, he didn't even look like he was hobbling or anything when he came off the bench. He looked fine. What happened between Saturday and now that he's re-injured himself? What the hell happened? Thiago Silva, we already heard yesterday that he was out with a groin injury. Like, forget tomorrow. We're trying to see if we can even wheel him out for the Bournemouth game. For the last game of the season, so we can give him a little farewell. So you can forget about Silva for the foreseeable future. Big up to you, Thiago, but I don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah, Warrior, the guy was wheeling off and everything, and like, how? Maybe it was the adrenaline. Maybe it was just the adrenaline. I don't know, but forget investigation. Someone's got to get sued at this point. Someone needs to get sued. Because I don't know whether it's the medical team. I don't know if it's Poch's training regimes. The only consistent factor I know is that these injuries follow Pochettino wherever he goes. So I got to look at him a little bit. But in terms of the whole responsibility, I'm sure the medical team have to hold some of the blame too. Actually, no, I say I'm sure. I don't know. This is just... It's just baffling at this point. But now that I've mentally checked out the season, I don't care. Just like keep Cole Palmer and Caicedo safe. If Caicedo pulls up with an injury, done. It's over. The season's over. Just forget it. Forget about it. Big up to Rego Park saying they don't want to play, bro. Season dead. Why risk? See, I don't believe that. Because the players are still going to believe they can go for Europe. The players are still going to believe they can get 6th place. They're not going to think, oh, season's over. Let me just... sorry, Poch. I done my knee. I can't play. I can't do the Gakon test today. Sorry, mate. Sorry, bro. I done my hammy. Can you set up a barbecue, please? Nah, they're not doing that. Like, it would be easy to say that, but the players will believe that they can go for Europe. So they're not going to just check out at what is the most important part of the season for them. Yeah, and CNAC, facts. They'll get more money for being in Europe. So, we can't say that. Man said if it smells like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's Poch. Shout out CNAC, my guy. Big up Damien saying Disasi just wanted to end this disgracia early. Again, I don't believe that's the case. This guy had 0 injuries before he joined this absolutely tapped, finished institution. So, like, you know what? Just gonna do what we usually do. It's Poch's fault. Get him out. Get the fraud out. Gilchrist at right back, everybody. Yeah. Sure, everybody's excited for that one. So look, just don't lose tomorrow, I beg. I cannot be asked with Tottenham dunking on our head as well as Arsenal, as well as Liverpool, as well as Man United. I'd say City, like, but no one cares. No one cares. Like, it's Man City, whatever. There's genuinely no shame in losing to Man City unless you get absolutely battered. What I want to see is what is the bench. I don't know if you guys remember the Villa watch long. I was laughing at our bench for a good 10 minutes when I saw the lineup get announced. I can't wait to see the state of that tomorrow. That's going to be absolutely hideous. But yeah, wheel out the Georges, wheel out the Kurds, wheel out your Akipongs, your Jimmies, because I can't pronounce his surname. Hey, maybe give David a run out. We might see Washington do more than an Instagram post before the game. We might see him get some minutes. Fuck it. Beautiful game. No. Gallagher's the only one that can outlast Pochettino's training. That's why he loves him so much. I think Gallagher's only injury was actually an illness. So, yeah. He'll be fine. He'll start. And yeah, I don't mind that. We don't have anyone else. Actually, no. Cassidy. Cassidy's not injured yet. So there'll be one familiar face on the bench. There'll be Cassidy. Everybody else, who are you? Who are you?
Who the fuck is that guy?
That's what we're going to be thinking when we see that bench. It's crazy. Big up to Damien saying, as an Arsenal fan, you must dunk on them burnt chicken. Brother, I can't even be too confident for it. I can't even be too confident. We must. I agree. We must. Will we must? In the words of Said. I don't think we will must. Sadly. Big up to Rigo Park saying Palmer Golden Boot over Viking Queen, please. Yo, we need to just get him some more chances. Although, to be fair, Villa were marking him pretty well in the last game. And we will see a lot of that next season. So, we need to get a better left winger. Which is why, yo, if those Grealish links are serious, bring immediately. I don't care that he don't work in City's system. He would work with us. He would have more freedom and more responsibility. I am down for that 100%. Big up to Maldini. The preview's already out. I dropped that at midday. If you didn't even get a notification for that, then YouTube is really taking the mick with me. Because that's crazy. Yeah, guys, let me know. Did you guys get any notification for the We Are Tottenham TV preview I dropped today? Let me know, guys. Just a little yes, no in the chat. Because I'm trying to see if YouTube is pushing my... Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Good. Because I saw Melon say yesterday that he didn't see the watch-along for Bayern Madrid on the subscription page, and he didn't get a recommendation either. All right, cool. Perfect. Big up, you guys. Big up. Phone was on DN. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Oh, a couple guys said no. Okay. I think YouTube only sends recommendations to a certain percentage of your subs. So, like, that's fine. As long as some people are getting the recommendation, I'm fine with that. So I don't mind. That's all good. If you guys haven't already, though, by the way, hit the bell notification button because sometimes YouTube doesn't give you recommendations. So hit that bell notification button if you haven't done so already. Bro, that combined 11, like that's probably the most defeated I've ever been on a combined 11. Thankfully, I haven't done one with any Arsenal or City fans in the last few months. But yeah, I couldn't argue for half of those places. I refused to argue in goal. I refused to argue for left back. I somehow managed to get 2 forwards in. Result. Pochettino's also completely ruined my ability to put Enzo in that 11 too. So thank you for that. But yeah, check that out too. We did a combined 11 and a preview on We Are Tottenham TV. I think the preview will probably drop later today or tomorrow, but the combined 11 is already out. Already out. So just, well, did Poch say anything big before I go to all the other transfer news for today? Every single game is a challenge for us. Now we have tomorrow, a big challenge. Tottenham is a great team. It's going to be a nice game to play. Nice game to play, okay. It's going to be a great opportunity for some young kids to be on the bench and have the possibility to play. Possibility, because I barely see any of them playing unless we literally do not have first teamers on that bench. But yeah, cool. At least you're not talking about potentially crying when you face Tottenham. Like that's fine. Like you managed to maintain your nerves a little bit. We need to improve VAR. We need to try to improve the way in which we assess and inform the fans. Everything is changing and we cannot change the evolution of the technology. VAR is here. If we can improve, it's very welcomed. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. What do you mean Fletcher talked about Poch's training? Who? Darren Fletcher. Let me know if there's a link. Put it in the chat or something, bro. Put it in the chat. Just going to quickly skim through Absolute Chelsea and see if there's any other quotes. On injury problems, we all feel responsibility. Then it's too many circumstances. It's difficult to explain with one sentence. We're working to improve. We have an amazing medical staff. So we all feel responsibility. Too many circumstances. We have an amazing medical staff. Ain't that a bit contradictory? Or maybe that's like another Freudian slip where he's saying like, no, it's not the medical staff. It's me. It's me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. Like he won't blame himself for it. But I doubt I doubt he can throw the medical team under the bus, because if they do that, the medical team might actually come out and talk on him. So keep a lookout. Anything else? Anything else? What was this? Let me click on that. Cool. Yeah, no, that's the preview. Thank you for that beautiful game. Big up, man. Big up. Yeah, man said we had an amazing medical staff. Okay. So then it's not their fault, is it? It must be you. Because I'm sure the medical staff aren't telling you it's okay to play Enzo on an injury for 4 months. Sam C. Report. Ain't that guy who used to get all the lineups off potentially or not potentially Chalobah? Conte's offered himself to Chelsea. Huh? What? I thought he was going Napoli. It's claimed that a few days ago, using an intermediary who has an excellent relationship with Chelsea, Conte offered himself to the Blues. The story does not bring any information on Chelsea's response to that offer. What? I'm baffled. I thought he was going to Napoli. I spent like 20 minutes talking about Lukaku to Napoli because of that. Let me see. Okay, so they haven't confirmed the Napoli move. They're still in negotiations. He's offered himself there as well. No way. Get Football News Italy says former Serie A champions Napoli have now reached a financial agreement to make Conte their next manager. Let me just skim through this article quickly. Deadlock between the two parties is now broken. Conte was stalling the offer from Napoli, but now it seems as if an economic agreement between the two parties has been reached. Agreement over a 3-year contract of 6.5 million per season, and Conte has agreed to sign targeted players, with Napoli also in agreement with that approach. Sounds like it's done. So, what? Oh, this fucking camera again! Fuck off! Fucking piece of shit. Can't even switch a tab now without disappearing. This is pissing me off. Let me go for a few more others. Reports that Napoli are getting cold feet over Conte plan. Pioli and current Belgium coach Domencio Tedesco are options. De Laurentiis potentially having second thoughts. Conte would require a certain level of investment in the transfer market and specific type of players that might or not already be in the squad. I mean, that brings up a point in itself. Would Conte even work with this board? Would Conte even work with them? You know he's going to ask for Victor Moses back and some 30-year-olds he can work with. Hell, I wouldn't mind, just because I know Conte's not going to take the board's BS. And he will be vocal about it. But this is really out of left field. This is really out of left field. I weren't ready for this one. Yeah, guys, I know he's going to argue with the board, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Because if the board are fucking up, he'll hold them responsible for it. He did the same thing with our old board in that crappy 2017 window. It's just he threw his toys out of the pram second half of the season. This is just surprising. This is very surprising. Ah, there we go again. There you are. There you are. Piece of crap. Piece of garbage. Yeah, I'm buying a new camera tonight. Fuck this. I'm buying a new webcam tonight. This is taking... I am not using my laptop webcam, by the way. That shit is like 240p. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Now, who's this waffler that's always in my day? Get the fuck out of here. Dickhead. Dickhead. Right, so, yeah, we'll keep a lookout on that one. Let me save that. But I don't know about how legit that camera... Sorry, this camera's just really just stuck in my head now. But yeah, I don't know how legit those Conte rumors are. So, we'll see. We'll see. For now, though, like, I think we've gone through most of the Chelsea Spurs stuff. Actually, no, is there any stats we can go through? Just before I touch on some of the other news surrounding Chelsea, and then I'll send the link out. So, lost just one of our 33 home games. Yep. Only against United have Tottenham lost more league games than they have against Chelsea. A few years ago, it was us that had the most wins over Spurs. Wow. Chelsea have done the Premier League double 9 times against Tottenham, only doing more so against Man City. Meanwhile, Spurs have only lost twice in the same season, more often against Man United than they have the Blues. That's the same stat as the first one. You just reworded it. Okay. Chelsea have now won 7 out of their last 9 at Stamford Bridge after a run of just 1 win in 14 between March and November. Wow, we were really in the trenches. We've scored 29 goals in our last 10 home games, as much as they had in their previous 27 before that. This banter era really reeks. Tottenham have lost 2 of their last 3 Premier League away games, as many as they've had in their previous 14. They failed to score in both defeats, having only failed to score in 2 of their previous 34 away league matches. And they're coming to their worst away ground to play at. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, bro, it's been like this for a couple days. Just today, it's especially crap. Today is especially crap. Yeah, no Timo Werner, thankfully. So I don't have to see no Werner dagger on our head top. Or Chelsea fans potentially simping for him. Oh, welcome back, Timo. Fucking lads. Disgrace. Right, okay, so we can get into a bit more of the transfer news. We got news on Silva, Sterling, and Matson. So we'll start off with Matson, because I know a few of you guys wanted to touch on that at the start of the stream. So Ian Matson's father was talking. He said, we are working on staying at the club, that club being Dortmund, not us. The clubs must resolve it among themselves. Ian is developing well here and things are not going well at Chelsea since the change of ownership. A lot in that club also revolves around money, which sometimes seems more important than the interests of the club, which is a fair point. Is a fair point. We have more options besides Chelsea and Dortmund, but Dortmund has proven to be a good restart. So for anyone who had any semblance or any little bit of hope in Matson staying, nope. Matson gone. Matson gone. Like his dad also said as well, more options besides Chelsea and Dortmund. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be them, but they are fine with staying at Dortmund. They just ain't coming back. They ain't coming back. We will see where he ends up. At the end of it, it's a £35 million release clause. If anything, his dad's probably talking just to get more clubs interested. Because if more clubs are interested, then it becomes a bidding war in terms of wages. Matson gets more money, the family gets more money, everybody's eating good in the Matson household. So, yeah, you do your thing. You do your thing, whatever. Like, it's a shame that we couldn't make it work at Chelsea. But Pochettino just didn't want to give you a chance, even though you cooked that preseason. Is what it is. Get me my pure profit. Shout out Soliman. And yeah, just don't come back to England. Don't come back to England. Clubs will want to pay above release clause to secure him, but would that even be necessary? All they have to do is trigger the release clause, and then the choice is Ian Matson's. So if Matson gets about 4 offers, he's just going to pick the one that best suits him, which gets him more money. So I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if we're going to get more than 35 million. If we do, brilliant. Brilliant. More pure profit. But I don't see that happening. I think we're just going to get a bunch of 35 million offers. And that's it. Because like they don't have to offer more. All they have to offer more to is Matson. Not us. Not us. So yeah, that release clause is for all clubs. Not just Dortmund. I said we got Matson at home. Let's go, man. Shout out Musa. Shout out Musa. But yeah, like, cool. Matson's gone. We all already knew that. Can't really say too much about it. Thiago Silva has received proposals from 3 London clubs. The player has to choose to play for a London rival or potentially return to Fluminense. I also heard a source say that regardless of Silva's decision, his family is going to stay in London. Which kind of makes me think he might choose to stay in London as well. And I really hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't. I'm sure Jorginho's already on the phone to Arteta like, hey, this would be good experience. This would be good depth. I don't know. I don't know what clubs would be interested. Maybe Arsenal. Tottenham makes absolutely no sense under Ange. Maybe West Ham. Maybe West Ham are looking at him. I said Palace. Thiago Silva to Crystal Palace. I don't even think I could envision that. Yeah, Fulham, to be fair. I could see Willian on the phone to his coach, like, bring him in. Yo, Thiago, you don't even have to move anywhere, mate. You just got a detour on your way to training. That's it. Take a left instead of a right. And you're good. So yeah, I think it's those 3. Arsenal, West Ham, Fulham. I think those are the 3 clubs trying to go for him. Like, I'll be so real. Just don't go to Arsenal, mate. Don't go to Arsenal, mate. Like, your legacy is already intact. And going to Arsenal wouldn't even change that from a Chelsea perspective. But don't dampen your great footballing legacy by putting on that disgraceful football shirt. Red and white don't suit you, bro. Red and white don't suit you. We don't need that. You don't need that. I just hope I hope it ain't Arsenal. I just don't know now if he would go back to Brazil with the fact that his family's potentially staying in England. Let me see. I saw someone report that. I'm just trying to remember who reported it. In any case, Thiago's kids will stay at Chelsea. Yeah, Fabrizio's the one that said that. Fluminense have also presented their formal proposal to bring Silva back to Brazil. I didn't see that. Contract is almost ready. He will take his time to decide between Europe and Brazil with several options on the table. So there's European options for him too. I think someone spoke about AC Milan potentially coming back for him. Other than that, haven't seen anything. Yeah, TNT said the player's wife and children will remain in England in spite of it. Yeah, that's the thing though. UCL might persuade him. But bro, you've already won it. Like, you already got one medal, bro. You don't need another. Don't need another. Just leave it, bro. Leave it. You don't need to go to Arsenal. Don't need to go to Arsenal. That fan base stinks. Do better. Do better. RSM, like, I don't even know if we can say that, though, of the amount of players that interchange between Chelsea and Arsenal. Like, Jorginho's gone there. Havertz has gone there. Petr Cech's gone there. Like, we'll talk about how Chelsea Petr Cech is. He went to Arsenal. Like, if anything, going to Arsenal doesn't necessarily mean that you're not Chelsea or you've turned your back on the club. It all depends on the way you do it. That's why I look at Havertz as a piece of crap. Jorginho, I don't see him in that way. Cech, obviously, goes without saying. Chelsea legend. Chelsea great. He has absolutely nothing to prove to this fan base. Willian. I'll be so real. I just found Willian to Arsenal funny. That says 0 mil in the bank. Silva's fucking. Nah, that would be shameless. That would be shameless. And I can't speak ill of Thiago Silva. Even if he decides to pick that disgraceful institution. Let's just hope he doesn't. I said Benayoun. Now we loaned Benayoun there. And that disgraceful guy, by the way, was tweeting, mocking us when Arsenal beat us 5-3. The season we loaned him there. Like, mate, you know you got to come back to us, right? What are you doing? What are you doing? Sinak, I hear all of that. But that's why you just go to Fulham. I'm sure they'll give you the same amount. Actually, no, like, let me not even speak too tough. What is Fulham's wage structure like? Can they even afford 100k a week for him? Let me double check. Who's their highest paid player? Bernd Leno on 130. Raul Jimenez on 100k a week. Yeah, you could do that. You could add one more to that list. Especially seeing as he's leaving on a free. You might as well. Yeah, go to Fulham. Go to Fulham, man. Now, Willian's on 90k a week from what I'm seeing. He's on 90k a week. So he's just below that. Yeah, Fulham owner's super rich. I think his son or something owns AEW. Maybe you see a Thiago Silva guest appearance. Let's go. Let's go. Sterling. There's some Sterling news. So Sterling is going to deny any Chelsea exit as he wants to prove doubters wrong. Unless Sterling has a massive U-turn, he will stay at Chelsea and resist any possible exit. Now, this is coming from Ben Jacobs. So I will say I don't know how accurate it is, but also I could have written this. I feel like I could have written this article myself. Sterling does not want to leave. Sterling will try to prove doubters wrong. Sterling will stay at Chelsea. He also has, 3 years left of his contract? And he's living at home with his family? Of course he don't want to go anywhere. We've said this all year. Like, I don't see Sterling leaving unless we get an offer or unless we just refuse to play him. If we refuse to play him, maybe he'll choose to leave for more minutes. Do you mean 4 years left? He's not here till 2028. He is not here till 2028. 27. Yeah, he's got 3 years. He's got 3 years. Bro, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. But yeah, Sterling stays. Not because we necessarily want him to. Fuck this camera, man. Fuck off. Boom. There we go. We're back up. If we refuse to play him, we'll be happy with the piece. I'm not sure about that. because one of his reasons for leaving City was game time, and he had the 5th highest minutes in the squad that season. Like, if Sterling doesn't get minutes, Sterling gets pissed. And then he tries to leave. So I could see that happen. That's the only way. That's the only way I could see him leaving. The only way. Other than that, no chance. No chance. Big up to Damien saying, and to conclude, I said Killer Kai ending on 20 goals. Ain't he on like what, 12 for you in the league this season? That's good even by his remarkably low standards. What's his stats for this season? What's it saying in all competitions? 13 in all competitions. 1 in the Champions League, 12 in the league. He is not getting to 20 goals. He is not getting anywhere near 20 goals. So, yeah. Nope. Nope. But big up for the donation anyway. Shout out Rego Park saying depends on which Chelsea and Poch show up. We can win. Facts. And also Tottenham too. Like, Tottenham will play very high up the same way they usually do. Which means we could potentially be able to hit them on the counter, which we prefer doing. So this game could fall the right way for us. It's just number 1, do we bury our chances? Number 2, what the hell do we do in the second half with that bench? Also, our second halves in general. Or just one of our halves. Because I think we'll have a good first half in this game. The second half will be very, very confusing. And yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. Like, there's a lot of variables in this game. Tottenham are not at their best. We're not at our best. Tottenham are in worse form than we are, but we have no consistency about us. You can't predict Chelsea. You cannot predict Chelsea. Yeah, Maldini, that's why I switched it to one half. Usually the second half suck with us, but it was the first half that was bad on Saturday. The second half, like, we were a lot better. So we'll see. We'll have one half in us. I think it will be the first half on Thursday. But who knows? Like, God knows what happens with this team. Shout out Damien saying, just thought I'd try it. Pause. Oh, I get you the habit stuff. Palmer, you must. I say Chelsea, you must. You must. Tottenham at home, we don't play. We don't play. We win and we keep it moving. And if Pochettino wants to try and rebuild any bridges with this fan base, you cannot lose to Spurs. And it also cannot be because of you. So, we'll see. Newfound respect for Gallagher. Man tweeted humble. Self-assessment said he needs to improve. Has he even got Twitter? Let me see. I didn't see any Gallagher tweet. All I've just seen is the typical Chelsea are believed to be ready to sell Gallagher for 50 million. I weren't even going to bring that up because we literally spoke about that 2 days ago. It's just yet another repost. But I haven't seen anything else. Tottenham want Gallagher and Santiago Jimenez. Okay. I haven't seen any tweet. Oh, it's a fake. Bruv. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, that might not have been it, bro. That might not have been it. Rego Park, if you've got the tweet, put it in the chat. We'll have a look just to debunk it or to give praise if there's any praise. But yeah, let me know. Let me know. I was thinking, I swear I've never seen Gallagher on Twitter before. Never. When the hell did he spawn a Twitter account? Fairs. Yeah, the fake player accounts always get good interactions because people fall for it. People fall for it. I can't even find this fake account. Just typed in Gallagher on Twitter and just search for any news. But yeah, there's nothing else on there. There's nothing else on there. Right, I'm going to send the link out anyway. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's see if this camera can survive another 30 minutes or so of streaming. And we will be back tomorrow for the live watch along. Just once we chat to the panel. If anyone even rolls through. But yeah, hit the like button. Like check. 1, 2. It's not really enough. I haven't checked how much we got, but I know we haven't got 400 likes. So let's try and get as close to that as we can. That was it. Yeah, that's 100% fake. I'll bring that one up in a little sec, though. Cool. We'll see what happens. Pies tweet. Maldini don't sound happy with the Pies tweet. Oh no, what's happened here then? What's happened here then? Oh brother. Oh. Oh. Oh fucking hell, mate. Oh.
He's done it again! He's done it again! That is a foul! You fucking little bastard!
Oh. Fucking hell, mate. Oh my goodness. I need a water. 1 sec. I need a drink. Fucking bullshit. I can't fucking believe it. I actually can't believe it, mate. Oh my goodness. He might be signing for them next season. He might be signing for them next season. Oh, fucking hell. Chelsea since birth, and he might come out in a Tottenham shirt next season. This is literally in the... Oh, we are the sheds, mate. You lot are fucking clueless sometimes.
Lewis, you're telling me another proper Chelsea is going to one of our rivals. You're telling me another proper Chelsea is leaving for one of our rivals.
This has pissed me off. This guy is... I can't believe this shit. Sorry, guys, I haven't spoken a lot in the last few minutes. Like, this is actually so pathetic. You brought the. You couldn't have even waited for West Ham because he's not fucking going there. This is disgusting. This is actually so disgusting. Chelsea since birth. I swear, if he goes to Tottenham after this, fool me once, shame on the guy who left. Fool me twice, you're embarrassing this football club.
Lewis, do you think this is a play though? Because we had the boy who had a dream, and then he went to Man United.
What?
No, I'm saying, do you think this is the play? Like from Mount, we had the boy who had a dream, and then he went to Man United. So maybe you know Chelsea at birth, and he goes to Spurs.
No, it's not even a play on anything. I think they had to say Chelsea since birth because I think the idea was like pure profit over pure talent or some crap. They can't directly go after the board, so this is an indirect way of doing it. But this shit. Fucking hell, mate.
Why do we do it for the meatiest players in the world? Like the meatiest players. Why has it? You know what? I think Chalaba should get one of these banners before Conor Gallagher does. But nothing for him yet. It's utter nonsense.
Bringing out a banner when he hasn't re-signed is embarrassing enough.
But isn't this exactly what happened with Mount too? He didn't re-sign, and then these idiots put the boy who had.
No, but the Mount one was already made before then. It was made after we won the UCL. Even then, I weren't too annoyed about it because, like, look, vibes are good and everything. He looked like he was going to be a long term, whatever. We might bring this out, and he could be a Tottenham player in a month or two. This is disgraceful.
Conor Gallagher. That's so Lewis.
Thank God I'm not there for this shit. Oh, and then
hold on, doesn't it cost a lot of money?
Matt Law came in quick with that one. Ah, fucking hell, man.
Nah. I feel bad for Conor, man. He didn't ask for this.
Yeah, like this ain't even direct at him. I'm talking more about we are the shed, if anything.
No, because he's gonna get cooked. But he didn't ask for this shit. He didn't ask y'all to make him a fucking banner, bro. Why did y'all do this, man?
Hey, there ain't no we in this. I didn't put a penny for this crap.
Fuck that. You proper Chelsea. You can't back out now.
Yeah, I am not claiming any responsibility on this bullshit.
No. Don't run away now. I see you at the game.
You're Matt's quick fan.
Don't run away now.
I've been to 2 games in like 4 months.
We don't care.
Well, what about Matson, Fators, and everyone else?
We don't care, man. This is your people, man.
Yeah, Fator. That's who we should be. Where's Fata? Oh, he's on holiday, isn't he?
Yeah, and
Matt went running.
Matt too.
And Alex. For sure, Fator put down 500 for this, man. I know him. He put money down for this. Because this shit costs money. It costs like $5,000 to do. It's not cheap. It costs money.
I can't believe this.
Fator put down money, man. I'm sure, man.
After all this, he better not join Tottenham. And I don't even mean that from Gallagher's perspective. I mean, we are the shed. I'm going to cook them alive if he joins Tottenham. Fucking embarrassing, man. Yeah, Melon, we're still waiting for the Kante banner. I'm still waiting for the Kante banner.
So, you know what? That's so funny. Listen. I've been telling people, listen, man, this banner shit is always funny to me because these guys, right? It's like they're never. They said they're going to do a Conte one, right? They're not going to do Conte type of. They don't care. They don't care for these kind of guys like that. You have to. Actually, I think Conte does have one, but it's like a tiny one.
But Kante had like one in a group of players, and it didn't even look like him.
Sorry, so Lewis, who has a banner right now? Who has a banner? I want to see if there's a theme.
Reece James and Thiago Silva.
Okay, fair enough.
Serious Spurs interest in Gallagher as revealed last week from Sam C.
But we've been knowing this. Like, we've been
Just
talking
adding to
about this
that.
Gallagher for how many months now? Like, even before the January window, we were talking about this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's clear. Listen, what I would say is this. The club doesn't want to keep him. You know, there's no confusion there, or he got this contract. The club doesn't want to keep him. So, from my estimation, and you haven't done shit for my club. Like, let's be real. Gallagher hasn't done anything for, like, Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? For it to be, like, painful for him to go to Spurs. Go to Spurs, bro. I don't care. You're not.
Yeah, me
nothing.
too.
You ain't done shit. Like, you ain't winning shit with us. You ain't, you know what I mean? It's nothing. What is it?
But Daniel, don't you remember that one Conor Gallagher moment where he took the ball
I don't
away
remember shit.
from Madueke and Jackson to give the ball to Palmer? You know that great moment? That great moment, guys. That showed leadership. That showed captaincy, man. Come on, Daniel.
Big up. Kids are going to Hungary every day. You're paying $5,000 for a fucking banner. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I know niggas was paying for that banner, and their kids have been asking for a PS5 for months.
Daniel, there's a cost of living crisis in the UK, and these people are putting $5,000 for a Conor
I'll be high.
banner. That's
I'll
wild.
be mad as hell. I've been asking
I'm
for a PS5 for about 6 months. I ain't get it. And
Wait,
Gallagher's
weren't these
getting a
guys
banner?
complaining about the ticket hikes, and these guys are like, let's waste it on a Conor Gallagher banner and he's going to leave in 2 months?
It's so
They're
stupid.
They're complaining about these ticket prices of it going up by 20 to 30 quid a ticket.
I'll be honest,
They're ready to pay
I
$5,000 for a
I
banner
don't
for Conor Gallagher.
I don't understand why he's getting a banner. Like, again, there was a lot of disagreements with the Mount one. Like,
It's a protest over him being sold. That's what it is.
we want a Champions League. What is it? What is Gallagher? What is the need for this?
It's a protest. It's a protest over him being sold.
Chelsea, man.
Not
Yeah,
good, bro.
Like the original idea was pure talent over pure profit. But obviously they can't actually direct anything at the owners, otherwise they won't allow the banner. So this is their indirect way of doing it.
Got it.
It's just it's fucking stupid.
So they're basically using him as protest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
like,
the face of the protest against selling our Cobham grad.
They're using him as protest. That's what they're doing.
No. They want him to stay too. He gets the club, he works hard, and all the other intangibles.
Well, Chalobah being here,
That's what I was saying, Daniel. That's what I was saying.
You know what I mean? No love.
He's been here.
No love to Chalobah.
He's been here.
Oh wait, you paid and you thought it was going to be a Kante fan.
Daniel, he's been here.
Sorry, Prize. That's a you problem.
Like the summer right after the Champions League, Chalobah's been there. Like that summer. That's when he scored that banger of a goal against Spurs. But, you know, let's give it to the guy that's been here for...
Bro, this is not a season where you give it to anybody. Nobody deserves a banner right now, bro. No one.
Yeah, I see guys in the chat saying Palmer as well. Like, no, James and Silva have one. I'd leave it there.
Yeah.
No one else.
From our current squad. Yeah, from our current squad.
You don't get banners just for a good, like, it has to be a significant thing that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, you did this. Okay, cool. Well, commemorizing this. But you didn't. There's nothing. We're ninth. There's nothing. What have we done?
I remember the first massive banner we made for anyone was Eden Hazard. Goes without saying. Even Mount and James, it's like, okay, look, we've just come off a UCL win. There are Cobham graduates. Whatever. Thiago Silva deserves it.
And also, what are we celebrating? He's been playing the 10th position the entire season, and he has like 5 goals and 5 assists or something like that. Come on, guys.
That ain't even the thing. It's like, bro, we are 8th. Like, we should have shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have some shame where it's like, oh, you know what? Let me not celebrate my kid getting a C, right? If you got an A, it's like, oh, let's celebrate. But if it's a C, okay, you didn't fail, but we got to celebrate that. That's bullshit. Like, that's what Gallagher's doing for us right now. He's giving us a C performance all season. Nothing he's done has been A+. Nothing he's done has been exceptional or crazy. He's had some good games. He's been a steady Eddie. He's been a C. Maybe a C- if we're being real. But he's been a C. I'll give him that. That doesn't require you to get a fucking banner. It doesn't.
I said, let's be honest, it's got nothing to do with the writers wanting him to stay. It's more to show the owners how much some fans are. The owners already know that because they chant Gallagher's name every week. Like the fans turning on Potter and chanting "You don't know what you're doing" is one of the main reasons why he got sacked. They know what the fans' perspective on Gallagher is. You don't need a stupid 5K banner to prove a point. They're just in their feelings because we're getting rid of him. Fucking embarrassing, man. And he's probably going to leave at the end of the season, and we're going to look like bozos again. First for the Mount banner, now for the fucking Gallagher banner. And this one's even worse. At least with Mount, we didn't expect it to end the way it did. This one, it's been clear all season that he is going. What the fuck can't they just get over this shit?
One thing I do hope for Conor Gallagher is that he's learned from the goodbye message from Mason Mount and does a better job. You know, he learns from the Thiago Silvas and the Azpilicuetas. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, he should at least learn that. You know what I'm saying? You know,
listen, brother, you're not. Listen, you're not.
If I was at the game, though, that's me holding the banner up.
You're not 40 who's retiring and leaving Chelsea. You're not Aspie who was 35 going somewhere else. You're going to a rival. That's why I feel bad for him because he's gonna get hit either way. Especially now that they're making him a fucking banner. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be pleasant.
I hear it. And for the record, I'm not going to be against him for going to Tottenham. Like, whatever. We've been trying to get rid of you for like a year or two. I don't care where you go. I really don't. I don't even rate you like that anyway. But if Chelsea fans turn on him because, he just went to Tottenham, you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment. That's why I will back Gallagher.
Remember the person who should not be named Mr. I'll just say it. Rory Jennings, you know, he's Mason Mount, you know, he's the face of our club. The owners are stupid. The second he goes to Man United, he's Judas. Just love the flip. Just love the flip, guys.
I mean, that's what happens when, you know.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're very, very, very emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what happens. And that's fine. Like, I have no problem with that. I just feel bad for him because he didn't ask for a banner. You know what I'm saying? He didn't ask to be captain the whole season. We fucked up and we put all that shit on him, and now he's gonna get hit. This is an average player. Let's be real. This is an average player. You know.
Yep.
You go to message to Spurs. We don't give a shit, bro. Like, let's be real, man. And Spurs is one of our biggest rivals. I wouldn't give a shit because, you know, I didn't want him here, and 99% of our fan base, at least from what I see on, you know, Twitter and stuff, like, I get it. The home fans are really important, but the home fans are 45,000, brother. Like, we're a million, you know, we're a club that has millions and millions of fans. On the internet, Gallagher isn't wanted or liked at all. And my thing is, if we know that, and the club that knows that, who cares where he goes, bro? Let him go and do your thing somewhere else, and you'll be all right, man. We don't give a shit. But y'all making banners for him, you're just making yourself get hurt more. Because now it's going to feel personal now.
And it's going to be a stick that Tottenham will use to beat us with when he joins. Hi, Scott, my friend.
It's going to feel personal. It's going to feel personal because, like, imagine you put up $200 to get a nigga a banner and he leaves. You're going to be hot regardless. You're going to be mad.
They deserve it. They deserve it. I hope he joins Tottenham after this shit.
But, you know, it is what it is.
I hope he joins after this shit. They deserve it, man. You know what? You learned nothing from last year, so cool. Cool. Go through it again. Go through it again. You deserve it.
I still find it hella funny that there is a list of 50 players that I could bring to you that should have a banner before him.
And you know how we at the Shed put out a whole list of banners they were planning to do? A Gallagher one, another Thiago Silva one, a Hazard one, a Zola one. Ha! You thought we were doing them first? No, mate. We're going to give the Rottweiler one first. Ridiculous.
I'm not surprised. Like, there's nothing about this that surprises me.
Nah, I'm surprised.
Like, it's just like you said, it's going to be joked when he's playing like for another club. It'll be even funnier if he plays for Tottenham next season.
But this is what actually surprises me. You've wheeled it out for the Tottenham game. Of all of them.
We are pathetic.
The fucking Tottenham game is the one you want. The club that we might actually sell him to is the one that you are.
But But that's why I
This
think
is where
it's like
dumb.
it's manipulated, right? I think it's manipulated because then it's going to be when he goes there, it's going to be, well, why would you go there? And we brought out the banner for you at Spurs, and like, bro, who gives a shit? The
So
club
they're
wants to sell
emotionally
him.
manipulating
He
one
needs
of their
to go.
favorite players.
Of course, it's manipulation, bro. Like we know he's going to leave Chelsea. Everybody's known that for a while. We've all, at least most of us, kind of accepted it. You know, you can be mad at the club all you want for it. I think fans, you have a right to be mad at the club at whatever point you want. That's cool. But doing this, to me, only seems like one thing and one thing only. It's blackmail. Like, how can you go to Spurs after we gave you a banner at Spurs? Brother, because that's the only guys who are trying to sign me. What do you want me to do? I have to leave.
Lewis, we don't have to face Newcastle anymore, right?
No.
Okay, no.
No, we don't.
Maybe they'll put a Conor Gallagher.
No, it's like West Ham. We have a literal West Ham game on Sunday. Like, fucking wheel it out then. I obviously know Bournemouth, we're doing everything for Silva, so he don't deserve any of the time for that. But like West Ham, like, it still looks stupid. But it wouldn't look as dumb when you're doing it against a club that he's actually potentially going to, the number one interest. It's so brain dead, bruv.
I'm just, bro, like, all of this for a player that's like just some nothing player. That's funny as fuck. Like the number of incredible players and legends we've had play for this club that ain't had nothing, and he's getting a banner, you know.
Some didn't even get a farewell.
Say again.
Some of them didn't even get a fair.
Oh yeah, no facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's like, oh, yo, you old? Oh, you 30? Oh, man, Ashley Cole, we're sorry. You know, it's time to go. I don't even remember when Ashley Cole left. There was no banner. There was nothing. Just
there was nothing. Like I was gonna say, I just remember him popping up. That was it. It was he was here one moment, popping up in Roma the next moment. Like that was it.
That's literally it. There was nothing. No hoopla, nothing for these kind of guys when they left. Nothing for, you know, SCN, nothing. Even for Lampard. I thought he was coming back the next season.
This was the Kante banner we got when we won the UCL. That was the Kante banner we got.
What the fuck am I looking at?
What is
One
this?
step beyond.
What is this? And why is Bowley there?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Conte banner?
Yeah, that was
is
the
it?
Kante banner we got. It's
How is this a
recreating
Conte
madness,
banner?
the guys that made one step beyond. Barely even looks like
No,
Kante.
I understand what it's meant to like be recreating, but like if you ask me, right, if you ask me who's this banner for, couldn't tell you.
Bowley?
Shut up, pies,
especially
man. I
Bowley there.
agree. The fact that we've done this bullshit is embarrassing. If you're about,
That's
hop
what I'm
on as
saying,
well,
like,
bro.
The whole point of a banner for a person is for them to be the focus. Nothing about that screen Kante is the fucking focus of that banner.
Like if you take a Bowley, I get the idea of it. It could be the Champions League winning spine because you have Thiago Silva looks like Mason Mount and stuff. So that kind of makes sense. But this is not a Conte banner.
And plus, Tuchel was in there, so that banner was only accurate for like 3 weeks, and then we sacked him, and we just wasted it.
But that's what I'm saying, like, and that's where, like, because I guarantee my point as well was going to be with the banner is like the fans that are like behind this banner will 100% be the guys that say that Bowley is ruining the standards of this football club set by Roman. When you're paying for a banner for Conor fucking Gallagher. Like, this is the type of player under Roman who would have been told to kick rocks, to get the fuck out like early. He'd have been given the Lucas Piazon treatment. What the fuck? Oh, this is
And
good.
we made a banner for him as a protest. It's a fucking protest. Look, what a lot of guys aren't understanding is that when he leaves, we are getting cooked for that banner. The same way we got cooked for the Mount one by United fans when he originally joined. Just this one's going to look even dumber because we saw that and we did it again. So let's do it again. Someone with 1 year left on his contract in the summer, let's just do it again. We don't learn. We don't learn as a fan base. Next year will be a Gilchrist banner. At least then he would have signed a contract.
Sorry, Lewis. Is this
Actually,
like
no,
the
even Denmark.
older generation of Chelsea fans that are doing this bullshit, or is this like just like local fans in general with this bullshit?
This is probably a mix of both. Because We Are the Shed put a tweet out weeks ago. In fact, let me see if I can find that. Because this is them. This isn't anyone else. They put a tweet out saying they needed to raise funds for a mix of different banners. And one of them was the Gallagher one. Let me see. How far back was this? It might have been last week or something. Shout out Chelsea Blue. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. In fact, no, I know a better way of doing this.
Yo, my people.
Yo, bro. What are you saying?
What's up, man? It's been a minute. Busy and
Yeah,
Is Pochettino still a coach at Chelsea?
If what? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they must have deleted it. They must have deleted it. But they were asking for funds for like a Dennis Wise, I think a Zola one, potentially a Hazard one, and a Gallagher one. And I'm guessing everyone donates. And this is the first one we got. It's the first one we got. Fucking brilliant. Shout out Ilya saying I've been Chelsea before birth. I'm better than Gallagher, that means. Well, I mean, you're not going to leave Chelsea too. Obviously, it's not necessarily Gallagher's fault that we're leaving. It's just another indictment of how embarrassing this move is. Ugh, fucking hell. Some of the mouth breathers on Twitter. Oh, why are you blaming Gallagher for getting a banner? No, I'm not blaming Gallagher, you stupid fucks. I'm blaming fucking We Are the Shed. They're the ones that have made this. They're the ones who picked this banner first over everything else you could have done one for. Fucking idiots. Big up to CNAC saying, I'm calling it. Time of CFC mortality, May the 2nd, 2024 at 2 p.m. US Central Standard Time. I can't say this enough. I hate you proper Chelsea niggas on everything. I resonate. I resonate heavily. Probably pick Gallagher because he's at the club. No, but here's my thing. Nobody should be getting a new banner at this club. Silva and James have banners. That's it. Leave it there. Done. No one else deserves it.
I with some time and some thought, I could come up with a list of at least 50 players that deserve a banner before he does.
And the
so, like, if you want to do the banner thing
from Chelsea, and also, sorry, I was just saying, like, you know who's also scheduled for leaving this club and from Chelsea? Chalobah, guys. Trevor Chalobah is one of the people we want to sell, and he's proper Chelsea, no?
I was gonna say, if you want to rep someone that's from the academy, is considered proper Chelsea. Well, I don't know because he's technically not English, but was from the academy, helped us win something, was a top player in his thing, and was done dirty by the club. Give Christensen a banner.
Yeah, where is the AC banner?
I agreed with everything apart from the was done dirty. He wasn't done dirty. Rudiger was done dirty. He wasn't.
No, they were both done. I'll be real, they were both done dirty.
Nah.
Like,
Rudiger wasn't.
Yeah, AC went back on his contract because they were offering less than what he was originally on.
AC was offered a contract and he just didn't want it.
Because I think he was offered less than what he was originally on.
True, but I mean, for being consistent, if we're going by his Instagram, he basically said, you know, the club, maybe it's because of the offer, but he felt the club were treating him just like he was any youth player, and they will never treat him any different.
Did he? I don't remember seeing anything on Insta.
Yeah, it was on his Insta. When he was saying
he definitely posted something on Insta, but I can't remember what it was.
I just remember him posting when there was rumors of him returning, and he was like, nope, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
sorry guys.
But that's the thing, and again, like, But there's two players right there, like Christensen and Rudiger. They deserve banners before he does. I'll be so honest. If we're going off contribution to this football club, I hate the guy. Well, not hate, but like he was terrible for us. But Marcus Alonso's done way more for this football club than Conor Gallagher has. He deserves a banner before he does. Hey, you man don't want to hear it. Jorginho deserves a banner before Conor Gallagher. He done way more for this football club.
Lewin does.
Yeah, fact.
None of these guys. Listen, but you are right.
No, like
before
I was gonna say, if we're being serious though,
none of these
I'll
guys.
be real.
Lewin
If we're
scored
being
3 goals
serious
in a
though,
Premier League winning season, man, he's a criminal.
like I'll be completely honest. None of those dudes that I've mentioned, even like Ruben and Christian, deserve a banner. Because for me, when it comes to banners and stuff like that, that's reserved for like the top players at a football club. So you know, your like Hazards, Zolas, Lampards, etc. But they're giving Conor Gallagher a banner, you know. So it's like cool. Everyone gets one then.
Scott, that is the thing that I don't like with some of these people that like Chelsea products. I'm not against it, and I'm not even to it like that, because some people they overrate some players and give them certain props that they don't deserve, and some people they hate some of the Cobham players, which I find it very ridiculous. But Conor Gallagher don't deserve a banner. What he has done for Chelsea, absolutely nothing.
I agree.
Thanks.
I agree. He doesn't deserve a fucking banner. Nobody in this current team. No one deserves a banner when you're 9.
Not even Mason Mount deserves it when you get it.
No one deserves a banner when you're.
At least Mount had a UCL win. Even then, I could hear the argument, but like I get the vibes at the time. Plus, we were much higher up the table.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just this is dumb.
The thing with Mount though was again it was during a situation when it was the whole contract thing, which is like was on him because my man was asking him for 250k a week. And even so, I'd argue that he didn't deserve a banner anyway. Because again, if I'm using logic in terms of who I perceive to have a banner, bro, he doesn't fit that category. He might have helped us win, but he did about as much.
My thing is, I understand his banner. Like,
fuck,
regardless of how you feel about it, you can argue or justify. Okay, he was 2-time Player of the Year. He won Champions League. I'm saying there is no even. There's nothing I can say for Gallagher. It's not. I mean, there's nothing. Like, there's not even there's nothing to say. Like, he's done nothing. There's not. Oh, you scored the most goals like Palmer, or you have this record, or you did this. There's nothing he's done to say he deserves a fucking banner. Granted, nope. People were excited that for the first time since Terry, we had a youth player and we've won something with these guys, and blah blah blah. So you can get that, but. We're finished 9th. We're finishing probably 8th best in this fucking season. So you went from 12th to 8th. That deserves a banner? Or does it deserve a banner just because you're a youth player playing at Chelsea? Or what is the reason? This is why I go back to he's being used as a pawn for this protest bullshit. Y'all don't care about this nigga like that. They don't care about him like that. But there's no way I can conceive that the fan base loves Gallagher that much. I don't think so.
I agree.
No, they do. They do.
Why? So we start accepting mediocrity at our club now. That's the standard.
Mm-hmm.
No, but that's the thing, and that's where it's like that's where people just seem to have forgotten where we came from. Like I said, like if this was under Roman, this dude's being treated like Solanke, bro. He's been treated like Piazon, like McEachran, like these man. Because that was what it was under Roman. Whether there was guys who were good enough to play for us or not from the academy, they were just treated way differently, and no one gave a shit. No one gave.
Even if you give him the benefit of the doubt of he's a solid squad player and all this shit. Does Obi Mikel deserve a fucking banner then? No, he doesn't. I was there. I watched him play. He's cool, and he did a great job in the Champions League final. Even he doesn't deserve a fucking banner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned some of those players, Scott. Some of those players from back in the past could walk in this team that we have right now. That didn't make it at Chelsea.
100%.
A lot of players who on the bench will be starting right now and having a great time. Right there, you was getting 12 minutes every game. Best. Now you'll be a regular starter. Our standards have already dropped, whether Chelsea fans like it or not. It's already dropped. Once they got Chelsea fans to believe all in potential and all this shit. I remember back in the day, we was getting mad of or arguing, oh, they're selling Joshua Kekrin. Are they going to sign Ramirez? Now, we don't. Now it's like, oh, are they going to we're going to sell Gallagher to buy another random I never heard of, but people are telling me about his stats and all this shit. And like, even just the quality of the guys coming in and the quality of the guys staying is a lot lower.
That's the problem I have. That's the problem I have, because when Chelsea's selling an academy player in recent time, the player they're buying, you have to wonder what they're doing, because you haven't seen nothing like they're buying like a superstar. Where back in the days, if we sell an academy player, the player that we're buying, we could see the significant difference.
If I look at KDB and say, "Yo, KDB, you're not good enough right now." Okay, cool. Who's coming in? Oh, it's Fabregas. Oh, okay, that's cool. Right. Yeah. Oh, if you told me, oh, KDB is leaving, which a lot of fans at that time didn't want him to go, because from the first game we saw his passing, right? We saw what it was. If you're telling me, oh, KDB is going, I say, okay, who we signing? Oh, we're about to sign Witsel. You know, he's around the same age. He's gonna what? You're gonna sign who? We would have gone crazy for that.
Daniel, I don't think we would have done. But then it comes back to something else, which is like, we sold De Bruyne and kept Oscar in that position, but we were first. So who gives a shit?
You're right. No. Like, don't get me wrong. We made some fucking errors, right?
But it was like we were winning. So who gives a fuck?
I'm even going to the point of we made some errors between choosing which young players to keep. Right, which is we've talked about this prior, right? I don't want that to happen now. Where, which right winger should we keep? Well, shit, we might get 35 million for Hutchinson. Why not just keep Noni or keep this guy or keep that guy instead of? I don't want that to happen again, right? But that being said, even if you're getting rid of all these guys, right? Sometime comes and you say, I'm selling 5 of these guys. They're too young or they're not good enough. My expectation is that who you're buying in is already, it's already solid. Like, I'm already getting not that they can't get better, but their base level right now is already good enough to play for this club, and that's not what we're getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not getting that level
of. We have so many right wingers, and we went and even go buy Madiweki and all this stuff, and it doesn't look good in the near future. Because right now we got to offload maybe Angelo, maybe Madiweki, maybe Hutchinson. Because we got Pies. We got some more.
You're breaking up, brother. You're breaking up, bro.
Like, it's horrid. The other thing I'd say as well, like going back to a point that was made earlier, is like the thing with our academy, and I need people to understand this, is our academy is not producing like wonder kids, is the thing. And this is an issue as well. And this is why I don't understand the outrage when it comes to this academy. They're producing decent players, and I'd like more of them to get a chance in terms of like when there's the right option. So, like, for example, the game tomorrow, play Achimpong. I've been saying this the whole season, play Achimpong, because he's a right back and we need one. So it's like, cool, just play him. But it's like, we don't produce superstars. But for some reason, our fan base seems to think that every dude we produce is a superstar. And it's like, that's not the case. That's not the case for most.
Weird because
that's not the case for like every team in the world.
That's a fact. Listen, you can't buy every player you buy isn't going to be a superstar, and every player you develop isn't going to be a superstar, right? Like, that's not going to happen at any point. So, but like I don't know who was saying it earlier, where it's like there's a duality where there's a part of the fan base who thinks every single player who comes through the youth team deserves a chance and deserves to play and deserves to do this and that. I'm like, fuck that. It's not every single one who deserves that, right? But if I'm going to be searching in a certain talent pool, I'm looking from 18 to 21, right? And the player who is dominating these guys from 18 to 21 is already at Chelsea. There's no need for me to go sign someone else, right? That's what I was saying with Josko. In your age group, when you're playing,
unless it's an exceptional talent at that age.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? If during that time, I'm looking at the talent base, right? And I'm seeing, I already have Colwell. Isn't Colwell the best under 21 or one of the best in that group? And it's okay, yeah, so cool. I'm not signing somebody. If I look in that group and I don't have one, which is what I was looking at for right back, right? Last year, I'm looking at the youth players, and I'm like, I mean, they're cool, but doesn't really move me. Oh, we're signing Gusto. Perfect. You can sign Gusto at 19. But when you're looking into your team, you know, and now, like, I'm going to use the players that we've actually signed. If I'm looking into my team and I'm seeing, oh, you know, I have Santos, I have these guys are really talented. And I say, okay, you know what? I'm selling Gallagher. Perfect. Sell Gallagher. Get them the fuck out of here. Who you bringing in? Oh, I want to bring in from Crystal Palace. What's the kid's name? The center mid? Is it Wharton?
Adam Wharton.
Oh yeah, Wharton.
Yeah, I'm bringing Adam Wharton in. What the fuck you bringing Adam Wharton in for? In his age group, Santos is rated higher than him. And I already have him. What's the point?
I think it'll probably do with that British score. And I'm not saying, I don't know.
No, but I'm not saying they're interested in him, but that's what the club has been doing, where it's like we want to go spend a lot of money on shit that we don't know if Santos is going to be great or not, right? I don't know that, but
it should be a balance. And I think
Paul
with Stanley and Lawrence Stewart, I think they're overlooking the academy to a certain degree. And the quality that they're buying, I think they come up with the Brighton model. We're Chelsea.
I don't think they are. Like, I'm not being funny. If the best quality that we can find in the academy is Gilchrist, we're not overlooking the academy at all.
No, but whose fault is that? Because at the same time, so it's a thing between Poch and what his name and Paul Stanley and Lawrence Stewart. Because if you look at it, how the hell is Mudryk is getting game over some people in the academy? So you tell me that the academy is that bad for none of them can't even get a game? Look at Cassidy. Cassidy can't even get 15 minutes, 20 minutes good in a game. Is he that bad?
Yeah, Cassidy's not from the academy. That's the point. We bought him from Inter Milan.
But Scott, that's why I use like the new younger group that we bought and not using.
Yeah, if we're talking about the group that we bought, that's a different conversation. But then, right. You can include Hutchinson in that, and that's when I say from the academy in terms of our academy. Forget the guys they brought in to bolster the academy. Our academy in general is massively overrated. And that's a whole different conversation we could have.
No, it's not overrated, Scott. It's just the quality what we use to produce over the years. We haven't been producing because I don't know if they're still competing like they're normally competing. Because I haven't heard nothing about the academy in recent times.
Just naturally,
that's an MHL one, then.
Right? Naturally, it all goes in cycles. For 5 years, is United going to give the best academy players? For another 5, it's going to be this team and that team and Arsenal. It's the point where Arsenal, almost every academy guy they had was solid. Now, you know, yes, they have Saka, but isn't that it? Who came from their fucking academy?
Pretty much.
Isn't it just Saka?
They got this one. I saw an article saying they got this one Nigerian kid who scored like 7 goals.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm talking about
the
only one I can.
I'm talking about who's actually playing right now, right?
Oh, not
I think it's
but Gallagher had a good season.
It's just Saka, I think.
That you can say is going to a top level, you know, arguing top winger, blah blah blah. When you look at us and look at our 5-year period, you can use 2019 as a starting point, right? Apart from the guys,
not too distant ago, we are the best academy in England. So why we just fall off? Is it about scouting and not scouting the best talent?
It's that you are going to run out. What I'm trying to say, like, you can't produce from that group of guys that we produce, whether they stayed here or didn't stay here. You have some guys like Musiala, who's an incredible talent. Some guys like Reece, right, who's an incredible talent, right? You have some guys like Christensen at 15. All these guys are playing at top clubs. Even the guys who are at the lower level that you might not rate, blah blah blah. They all playing at top clubs, right? You're not gonna have that kind of group every time. Where you had Reece James. And then you had Livramento, who was, you know, really talented too, and all these. You're going to run out. So when you have that is when you are supposed to take advantage of it. We don't have that right now. I don't look at these guys that we have that have been here since 14 or 5 or whatever as that level. Some of the guys that we're signing, bringing in, maybe at that level, right? But
I think the quality of our team also reflect on the quality of our academy.
No, I disagree with that wholeheartedly because when Man United, after the class of 93, their academy was dog shit. And they were winning 13 Premier Leagues. Arsenal, too, besides the generation of Wilshere and Ramsey, like, their academy hasn't been great since Saka's
Let me put a small caveat to that. Manchester United's academy did not produce players as talented as 99, but
93,
They were
yeah.
all but they were all the squad players for years. They use them as squad guys, and they use them in the team and stuff like that, which I think is okay. I think your academy should be that. That's what your academy should be for the most part, because you don't expect to get a Musiala every year out of your fucking academy. That happens once every 5 years, right? So, but I want you to keep those guys, but then everybody else can be, you're in the squad, we use you as a squad guy, blah, blah, blah. It's perfect for us. You know what I'm saying? The problem is everyone is thinking everybody who comes in is going to be Musiala.
And the only team that's kept it consistent throughout the 20 years that I know about is Barcelona.
Even Barcelona,
right? They had Ricky Puig. Now they have Yamal. They had Ansu Fati come through. He's injured now, but they had Yamal.
Okay, hold on. Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Can you compare, like, forget the Yamal and Pedri of these times, right? If you're talking about Ansu Fati, he never lived up to his potential. But moving on from him, nobody in that group, they've had squad guys, right? But nobody in the group that they've had since, you know, that Pep 08, 09 group, and when he brought Busquets in, no one is that talented. Like, no one is even close. You know what I'm saying? No one is close. So they're not expecting every year we're going to have a Messi come through, or we're going to have a Iniesta or a Jacques. Sorry, it's not going to happen. You have to sign. You have to go get Gundogan. You have to go get, you know, Frankie de Jong. Or you have to go get Pedri from a different club. Like, it's just not, because they don't force it.
Yeah, and to further your point, Daniel, like, I remember during the 2011 period, the next Messi was Brojan or whatever his name was. Remember the Spanish kid who?
The tactical player in the center of midfield, Jorginho have that. So look at Barcelona. They go and get experienced players regardless of their young promising players. You need experienced players.
You do.
And not just experience for experience sake.
The beauty
quality
about them
experience
is that,
players.
But we're talking about the youth in specific, because you're saying the youth has
if
fallen
you're
off.
already
And
there
why
as
is that?
a youth player, if you're already there as a youth player, they're going to use you, right? And this is how it should be for our club and every club. If you're already there as a youth player, you should be used. If you're not, right, you don't have to force it and try to make somebody. You can't make Gallagher Lampard, bro. It's not going to happen. You can't make Mount Lampard or whoever else you think you are or you're not. You are, and what we can use you for is cool. But Gallagher is not going to be who you guys think, or whatever fans like him. He's never going to be that.
And the quality of player, the players that we have, is not that type of player.
No.
Cool, because he got that adrenaline in him. But the quality and the way Chelsea wanted to play, it's like you're putting a square in a round hole.
I think you broke up.
Yeah, he keeps breaking up. He comes back and then
runs around a lot.
Yeah, I must be.
You know what I'm saying? He help here and there, but technically he's not as good as some of these players in the team.
That was good.
Tomorrow's gonna be funny. Whatever. Man's just mentally signed out. That's fine.
Yeah, at least we know our backline.
Yeah, we know our whole team at this point because we don't even have a bench. Like, the team just speaks for itself. It's the same midfield and forward line as the Villa game. And it's just Badiashile, Chalobah in and Gilchrist.
I'll say it's a Gilchrist, Chalobah, Badiashile, Cucurella backline.
I mean, the backline is what it is, but is in Cuckoo and these guys are going to be on the bench?
No, Cuckoo's going to start.
Hey, Cuckoo's going to start.
And Cuckoo's going to start.
Oh, and Cuckoo. Sorry, I thought you meant Cucurella. My bad.
No, I'll be real. I hope not. Bro, I hope not, man. These guys don't need to play. These just don't need to play again under this manager.
To be honest, just leave him for the season. Let him stay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to see him have another injury.
But our bench is going to be so bare, they might just will them back in. You're in team training. There you go, mate. You might get a little chill.
Well, we already trained for next season, you know. So why don't give the kids a chance? You know what I mean? See if we can pick any from the bunch to put in our squad next season.
Nah, but you have to understand.
While we try to sell all these academy players.
So some of these guys want to play because they still haven't made it for the Euros. Like, Nkunku might not go. You know what I mean? If he doesn't show that he can at least play a couple games and he's back to where he is.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a fair point.
There's a lot of guys who they still have a Euros place to actually play for. You know what I mean? I think maybe that's why, you know, I think it's part for certain guys, I think it's part because and again there's a Copa America too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's part like, I am injured, but if I stop playing now, there's no guarantee that when that team sheet is like picked, I'm going to be chosen. If you guys remember, Enzo wasn't even a starter in the World Cup till like later on. So it's not like the coach is like.
No, he only missed one game.
Yeah, but he wasn't. No, not. He missed. He didn't play one game, but he was coming off the bench.
Not played. No, he was only on the bench for that first game.
Yeah, but maybe he was going to start him either way, and he rates him super highly. But in my mind, all these managers, it's like a lot of guys are still, neither here nor there, and they're just like, fuck, I have to play because I need to make it. Remember, Kovacic was actually doing that for the World Cup. Before the World Cup, we saw his form. He went to the World Cup. He was great in the World Cup.
Do you know what our biggest problem is, though, boys? I think the biggest problem is what you lot saying. I think our biggest problem is regarding the players that we have on the pitch. There isn't a big difference in quality between what we have in common. And the injuries aren't helping. So, for example, George and Mudryk, you can't convince me there's a big gap between them because Mudryk's not performing. Gilchrist or Disasi at right back over a natural right back. So this is what's triggering people. But I think our biggest problem then is it's just we don't have enough good players for the first team. So unless we sign genuine quality, like Daniel was saying, we're screwed. We're just going to have the same predicament where the players we're signing are just not going to be of the level to justify paying 80, 90 million for them or 50 million and then block the pathway of young players that could be one day worth it.
Quality doesn't mean you have to overpay, and that a lot of Chelsea fans don't understand because they are always talking about the big money signing. And to me, it doesn't really work at Chelsea. The big money signing.
Yeah, we broke up again.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, I'm not referring to big money signing. For example, Disasi for 40 million, right? I'm convinced Chalobah's better than him, or at least Chalobah should be playing ahead of him.
Yeah, Disasi is not. I told Scott that Disasi is not good from the start of the season, but at a point in time he had a little purple patch. So I guess.
No, he weren't even really a purple patch, if anything. He's just kind of dropped off in the last month or two.
I'll say he's been consistently decent, but the argument is he much better than Chalobah to be spending that money? Because I still think he's
consistently decent for us to be 11th.
Because Chalobah isn't he's our main center back right now. He's the main guy. He's played the most minutes, all of that. We didn't even look at Chalobah like that. When we're talking about Chalobah as a fourth option, I was happy with that. Okay, he's the fourth guy. You know what I mean? If I want to give one of the center backs,
does he lift the level of our team, Scott?
Hell no! But then you get a guy who's Chalobah's level.
Disasi.
Why?
That's gonna keep the moral down within the team because if Chalobah, right, who's supposedly a fringe player, is gonna see Disasi walk in and do a stupid mistake and doesn't come on. You know what I'm saying? What is Chalobah gonna look at? How is gonna look at it?
I mean, that's fair, but if we're talking about mistakes, you got a guy next to him as well, so you could argue the same thing.
Every centre back's been cheeks this season.
I was gonna say that's the bigger concern for me, and again, that comes back to this manager, and that's why I want to judge these centre backs in more depth with a guy who actually sets them up defensively. Because it's how is every centre back looking like garbage, and making mistakes? Every centre back, by the way, whether it's a 40-year-old, a 23-year-old, whether it's a 19-year-old coming in and playing at centre back for his first game, first time.
Only one manager had us like that.
Mistakes. They're all making mistakes.
I mean, okay, so in some part you have to question the manager, right? But the way I look at it also is I have to question the way these guys maybe even taking instruction. Thiago Silva, I understand you're 40 years old. You were going to drop. You were dropping under Tuchel too. I understand that. But using Tuchel, you look at his Bayern team. And we know Tuchel can coach a fucking back line. If anyone can coach a back line, it's Tuchel. And you see what the Bozos are doing there. Upamecano, he's gotten even worse. Jim Key, whatever, you saw what he did in the last game. Bozo. Straight Bozo. And you have Dyer, who he's looking decent because he's listening to the instructions. He can actually take fucking instructions, right? And he's listening to them, so he's looking okay. But you see how bozo their backline looks, even with a manager who's elite at coaching the backline. Some of these guys are bozos, man. Listen, man. Jose Mourinho can be his coach. It's not there.
Yeah,
it's not there.
That's
bro.
it. That's it, though, isn't it? It's of the level. But you know what's like why I agree with Scott as well, though, because Badiashile looked okay under what's his name under Potter.
No, forget Alexis. I'll
and
be
then
real.
Colwell was world fucking class, like compared to everyone. He was an £80 million player. Like just literally 8 months ago, people were willing to pay 80 million. The reports were saying.
I was gonna say Liverpool wanted to bring him in to play him next to or behind Van Dijk.
Yeah, like
they don't do that. Like I'm sorry, you don't do that for a player that's like garbage and mistake ridden.
Well, he's played like 2 games at center back for us this year. Like we can't
even
judge that.
But that's on the manager, no?
100%. Yeah, there's parts of it. Like it's not everybody who's just done. There's parts of it where you look at it as like, okay, is the manager just fucking up? But other parts, I'm looking at these players and I'm like, I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, Daniel, I get that to the point, but I think Disasi was an emergency signing because Fofana got injured and we needed a center back at that point.
Yeah, but then, but don't you think
an out of left field signing?
And don't you think that's a problem though? Like the fact that the player that they went after was Axel Disasi. Like nobody was raving about him. Like the players we broke the policy for, quote unquote, that were 24 was Sanchez and Disasi. Like fucking hell, you might as well get another 2 kids.
That's the same thing I'm saying. The standard.
Yes. No, but I get that. But with Disasi, then the thing would have been, hey, he's partnered with Badiashile for a number of years. He's captain of Monaco. They make the Champions League. They've had one of the best defenses when they partnered together. So if I need a guy in Fofana who's just gotten injured, I'd rather get the partner who he's had experience with for a couple of years, and they've been pretty decent in defense in France. The same France.
It's not exceptional for me to even accept that to play beside Badiashile. Because not even Badiashile at his best days never show me that he demands a starting spot.
He definitely has done.
Yeah, I think I disagree.
Potter he did. Potter he did.
I was going to say to Kavkaz, forget Potter. Under Frank, everyone looked dog shit. Everyone looked shit. Apart from Badiashile. Apart from Badiashile and a couple players like Silva and him. They all look shit apart from those 2.
Okay, this is the part that I know that because I mean people are right. Badiashile did look a lot better last year, right? But he looked a lot better in 2 parts. One was on the ball. His passing was so much better, right? And for some reason that has.
Oh yeah, that's.
I even came back a bit in the second half, to be fair.
Yeah, of the last game, yeah. But in general, when he's played this year, like his passing has been awful. But that was the key part of him on the ball, how calm he was, and just how smooth he was passing the ball, hitting the target every time, right? So that's part of where you can think you can put that on confidence, or you can put that on whatever, right? The part that has gotten really, really worse is his concentration, which he had last season where he was making errors. Remember the Manchester United game and a few other games like that. But this year, it's falling off a fucking cliff.
Bro, but I think that's
confidence. He can't tackle right. He can't head the ball right. He can't, you know what I mean? All these different things that he's just not doing the right things. And it is confidence, yes. But would you say there's part of it to be the number 1 guy at a club like Chelsea, right? Because you're fighting for you're fighting Cole for that left center back spot, regardless of what Poch did this year. That's the real fight. But to be the number 1 guy, there's some part of your confidence that can't really or shouldn't be knocked. I don't know how to put it. Like you have to have a little thicker skin than that. Like have a little more. I don't know how to put it, but it's just
there needs to be more. I'm him.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't matter what. Yeah, because the thing is, right?
I'm not saying he's not talented because he is talented. We know he can do all these things. He's not confident. He's lost every confidence in himself to tackle, to make the right pass, to jump for the ball. Everything is gone, and part of that is like you have to find it in yourself, and he's not finding it. That's kind of soft. I don't know.
Yeah, man, we're in a big problem, man, and I just want the season to end because I think we're gonna get absolutely hammered tomorrow, man. Like, I've got a horrible feeling about that game.
I don't know. I think it's going to be end to end. I just think it'll be a draw, if anything.
I'll take that now. Like, it's got to that point where now, yeah, I just want Poch sacked. But I haven't reached the point where it's, I hope we lose. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
never.
Because once the game starts, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pissed.
Yes, sir, my phone back in.
The fuck? He was on mute anyway. How did that still go through? Brother's on mute. How can I still hear him? What? Oh, whatever, man. But yeah, Cavcast, I hear it, man. I hear it. Like, I don't want us to lose, especially this game, but even a draw don't suit either team. We need to get to Europe. We're talking about this competition with like Colwell and Badia Shield and all that. Biggest problem is just one game a week.
Yeah. And then the other problem is, yeah, what are we going to do next year when we can't? I don't know what kind of players we're going to attract. Like, what kind of players are we going to attract when it's back-to-back years of no European football? And you're not paying big.
I still think we can attract good players.
Yeah, we're literally linked with Grealish. Yeah, we're
100%.
linked with Grealish. We're strong.
Yeah, but you see, Grealish is another one. Have you not learned with Sterling? Like, have we not learned with Sterling that?
They're different players.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not saying different players. Like, they're the same. Like, have you not learned with a player that goes to Man City, shines, he's in the latter stage of his career, he'll come in an environment that the competition is no longer as high. And then all of a sudden, you're depending on him to raise the standards rather than come to a culture that's great. Like, what
there's a big difference, though, between
what's
the two.
Big difference?
The fact that Sterling, prior to City, and even at City, he had never been the main guy in the team. Never. Yeah. Grealish has. So he's had that responsibility before.
And at what level, though?
It's still experience of being that guy. And I'll be completely honest, the way he plays football, I said this on the stream yesterday, where it's like the way that Grealish plays football and the type of player he is, he thrives in a chaos system. So it's like, let's say, for example, worst case scenario, we get another chaos situation where we haven't really got a system. It's a bit all over the place. If we were to get Grealish, I'd have no doubt in my mind that he would be able to still perform in that system.
But okay, so
I'm not convinced.
Are you taking the rock? Are you taking the rock out of Palmer's hands?
Yeah, that's exactly
it. I think they can both still perform in the same team.
They could, but Grealish never. When he was performing, there was no one performing with him. I'm talking about like in terms of wingers, right? Everything went through him. So to have another winger who, I mean, he's done better than Grealish has ever done in the Premier League. He's not going to give it up. He's not going to give up the keys to Grealish for everything to run through Grealish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see that happening.
And for me,
that means Grealish will kind of play similar to what he's doing at City, which is not the best way to play him. Like, he's good still, but is he the same Aston Villa Grealish? No, he's not.
And not only that, it's like he comes in, right? And this is my problem with Grealish. Yes, he looks good on the eye test. Yes, he's great at like creating stuff out of nothing. But you need productivity. And he never had that at Villa.
Jesus. Oh, fuck. I think that's Daniel. One sec. Yeah, he's gone mute. Sorry, Alexis.
No, it's cool. But you never had, like, he never had that at Villa, did he? He's like, so the wages he's going to cost. And then, and trust, Grealish in London, I don't think that's a good idea. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Like, with the way he lives his life, the way he's always getting drunk, and the way he likes to party, I don't think that's a good idea to let him loose in London.
I disagree with that because he did that after he won a treble. He won a treble. Who gives a shit what you do then? And he knows how to be down in the dumps.
If you don't think that's his lifestyle normally, it's just like behind closed doors. Then like I don't know, man.
But here's the thing: like we don't really know what these players do behind closed doors anyway. Like it's just you see pictures.
Yeah, after winning a treble, and also he knows how to be down in the dumps.
When he wakes up, fucking cracks open a tinny and does a balloon, bro.
And I'm sorry, and he knows how to be down in the dumps because he was with Villa when they went down, and then he brought them back up again.
The only thing Chelsea
he knows how to stick through things.
With Jack Grealish is him fucking messaging our missus, bro.
So what? You'd give
Grealish would be a great move for us.
Yeah, you guys would pay the 300k for Grealish.
No, but that's the thing is like
he's on 270. Like I'd
I'm
try
not-
and
I was gonna
incentivize
say,
that a bit.
That's the thing is like when I say I'm taking Grealish, it has to be in a way that suits Chelsea. I'm not doing a Sterling thing where it's like you just pay him whatever and make him the most
But it
expensive.
will be a Sterling thing. It will be a Sterling
Yeah,
thing.
it depends. I'm saying it depends.
Because
Let's
Grealish
say,
can
for
actually keep hold
example,
of the ball. Sterling loses the fucking cunt.
Capcos, Alexis. Let's say, for example, right, you could get him on 200k a week, and it was a decent price. I don't know what it is they want for him, but let's say it's a decent price. Taking that.
I think
Man,
to get
but
their
the
money
thing is,
back, it would be
my
around
argument
69.
there is you might as well go get Elise. Like,
They don't play. No, because there's two things with that. Number one, injury prone. Number two, he doesn't play on the left. I need people to understand this. Like, you can't just buy a player and stick him somewhere he doesn't play and expect it to work.
Oh, so you want a left winger?
Yeah, I'm talking on the left-hand side. Yeah. That right-hand side is sorted, bro. Like, that right-hand side, we don't need to touch at all. We have 4 fucking right wingers at the club, if you include the 2 out on loan. We don't need to touch one.
I'd still invest in that right wing.
Why? We got 4 of the fucking players, man.
You have Hutchinson coming in.
Wait, Butch. Why would you prioritize another right winger?
Because Palmer can't just carry the shit for the whole season again, can't he?
Hello,
I'm sorry, Madueke.
We have 4 right wingers.
All right. That's not the priority. I agree. That's not the priority. The other priorities are the left wing, goalkeeper position, centre backs. You guys need to understand. This whole squad is finished.
Wait, hold on. Have we
the whole squad?
It's
wait,
I was actually listening for a sec. Then you said the whole squad's wash.
Basically, no, not the players, Lewis, but in terms of position and depth, we have to invest.
But then my
so you mean the players?
Then, so wait, do you think
no, I'm not saying
finished then? Like, are we going to assume he's broken now?
Nkunku has had 8 injuries in 2 seasons. Tell me that's normal. Tell me that's normal.
No, but my argument there is then you have to sell it. Like, then we have to get rid of players.
Exactly,
like,
but
it's
too early.
Him this season. We're not selling.
Look, I'll give him one more season.
Yeah,
and then we'll sell him.
That's all.
But if he catches more injuries, I'm sorry because.
But then,
that's the conversation for another year.
Yeah, but then my argument is there. Yeah, like for example, if you're bringing in Grealish, right? What does squad bloating do to us? Like we've already seen it when you have 5 people available. You just screws you over because no one has any rhythm. Like
I was gonna say, we saw it last season. The outside of the fact that he had no real authority, the biggest issue that Graham Potter had was a bloated squad. He had 34 players to fucking deal with every week. That means you've got at least, because of how many people we had in the squad, you've got at least 11 players that you've got to tell sit at home. You're not playing this week.
Don't rock up to Stamford Bridge. You're sitting in the stand if you do. Like
11 players, you know. And most of the time, it's the same dudes.
Like, I think part of the reason why our forwards are putting in good numbers this year is because they're actually consistently playing, even if they're shit. So, like, they'll go on a little run because they're getting some consistency. Like, I just think we need to up the quality of the players getting regular minutes. Like, for example, if you look at Noni's per minutes per goal, yeah, he gets one every 1 and 2. So he's consistency, like it's just letting him play consistently. He's going to frustrate us because he's not of the level we expect. But it's like this is our new level, sadly. Like
Lewis,
even with a player like tomorrow's
game.
Nope. If I went up there, I'd be in Matthew Harding like this when I see that shit banner pop up.
I was going to say, there's going to be a banner tomorrow.
Even with
fucking embarrassing, bro.
Even with a player like Madueke, he's going to be frustrated.
Sorry. Yeah, go for it.
He's going to be frustrating because that's the type of player he is. But I can allow that frustration if you haven't got the same player but worse on the other side. If you haven't got a number 10 that's as frustrating in the middle who won't pass, and like you got a consistent goal scorer up top. Because guess what? Then he can be as frustrating as he wants. He can do his over dribbling from time to time, and it doesn't matter. No one gives a fuck. And also, my man's going to be playing like 10 games next season. So who cares?
He shouldn't get regular minutes anyways.
But he's the backup right winger, so who gives a fuck?
There we go.
Yeah,
we got to focus on key areas in the squad because I'll be completely honest. I was going to disagree with something you said earlier, Alexis, where it's like injuries notwithstanding, there are like 4 positions we need to address in terms of first 11 in the summer. You address those 4 positions, the squad gets better.
Keeper, left back, centre back, and number 9, right?
I agree. I disagree with keeper for this summer. Next summer is.
Yep.
Nah, Scott, I'm sorry.
No, he's talking more in priorities. He's talking more
priority,
in
bro.
Okay,
get left back. Get me a left back. My priorities is left back in this order: striker, left back, centre back, left winger. I might even switch the left winger about. Those 4 positions first. Anything else is a bonus. Those 4 positions are priority for the first 11.
But then if you bring a left winger,
striker, left back.
But this is my point, yeah. If you bring a left winger in, who's leaving? Mudryk, Nkunku, or Sterling? You're gonna have to get people off the books, and I don't think we'll get
Mudryk the fuck out of the club, bro. Get Mudryk the fuck out of the club.
Mudryk would be on loan.
Yeah, bro. Loan, sell, contract termination. I'm calm with all 3.
Hey, that's an expensive contract termination. I'll tell you that now.
No, Alexis, I was on the give him time train more than most people.
I'm not saying give him time. I'm just saying like there's an element of logic, right? There is like an element of logic of how we're going to do it. No, I agree too. I think that like how can we expect good decision making from a guy that's got a butterfly tattoo on his neck? Like realistically speaking.
No, but like the problem is the guy's almost 24 years of age.
And he's
not even a kid.
With you, but this is where for me it comes down to if you want to like have this vision of being like a Leipzig or whatever or Red Bull, or if you want to you want to do this multi-club thing, right? Cool. Then the biggest case study to use and the best in class is City. Be as ruthless as they are. They signed a goalkeeper. He was shit. They told him get fucking lost the year after.
Yeah,
they don't care. Like, that's what I'm saying. It be ruthless. Like you sign this guy, you spend a lot of money. It hasn't worked. Cool. I'm not saying you need to sell him. People will say send him on loan. Find a club to send him on loan to because that will benefit him. And at the very least, you can sell him for some money the window after.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, right? So I've been watching Strasbourg. He doesn't start for Strasbourg. He does not start for Strasbourg.
But like there are teams in the Bundesliga he probably starts for, and that's a good league for him to develop because he'll get space in terms of in behind. Send him to a Bundesliga. Yeah, whatever wages you have to pay, like say you have to pay 80% of his wages, do it then because you take some short-term pain for some long-term gain because you can sell him for money. Like the way they're going about the Lukaku thing in terms of they like lowered their valuation, it's like 30, 40 million. Good, because you're more likely to get rid of him. The thing they did with Broja was stupid. Like,
I've got a question for you, though. It might rattle a few feathers. Would all of you be against Lukaku getting reintegrated next year?
Yes.
No, get him out.
Lukaku would genuinely have to be a last, like, worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And he'd have to want to be here too, by the way. That's the only way I'd even consider that.
Because for me, I'd rather reintegrate him than spend money on someone crap. Like 90 million on someone who I don't think is better than Lukaku.
No, I hear it, but like my biggest thing with Lukaku is that he doesn't want to be here, and we've wasted about 3 seasons trying to replace him. So the investment would have to be there. You have to drop a little PR apology as well, even if we don't believe it for a second. Exactly. But that would be a last case situation for me. If nothing else works and he wants to stay here,
I'll be honest. The last thing I want to be doing to this young, potentially volatile dressing room is adding that. Yeah. Like that's a recipe. That's a recipe for disaster. If we had a more stable like dressing room where we had a lot of older heads who could keep things under wraps, keep things calm, like I can see the argument, bro. With that dressing room,
maybe you're right.
I'm imagining him the damage he's going to do to Jackson in terms of like just the ego he'll end up giving Jackson. But I can just see it happening, bro. And it's like that's the worst.
What's some of the other players?
Keep him in Italy.
He's going Saudi though, isn't he? Like that's what it sounds like.
As long as he leaves, I could care less.
Yeah.
They've got to be guaranteed gone. That's it.
Man, it's so interesting. It's going to be so interesting what happens with us this summer. You know, like I kind of feel like
recruitment strategy though.
I'm fucking scared, mate.
It's so been.
You're spot on, mate. I'm scared too. It's really sad that we've got to this level with our club.
I want these owners to pull their
I wouldn't be
fucking
upset
finger.
with Grealish. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's the thing. Like, and that, like, I think it's like no one's saying that he's their he's not my first choice for left winger if we went and got someone. But it's like,
Who's your first choice? Who's your first choice?
Probably Leao for the right price.
Oi, I promise you, Stamford Bridge faithful are not gonna like Leao because of his work rate. That's a bad idea.
I'll be real. I'd say there's probably a million cons to that move, but I just like Leao. And I'll be real.
Leao dropped off, man.
Bro, I was thinking about this yesterday when we were having a talk about Grealish and thinking about other options. Bro, the level of option there is right now in terms of quality for that left-hand side is awful. Like, it's terrible. Unless you're going and getting someone like a Leao, like a Kvaratskhelia, where there's a lot of rewards, but a lot of risk as well.
Hey, leave my Georgian alone. I don't want him nowhere near Chelsea at the moment.
But bro, it's not even just a work rate with Leao. They'd hate his dreads. They'd hate the fact he gritties. They'd hate everything about him, you know.
They hate his work rate and everything. Track back
everything about, bro. Do you know what? Do it. Let it happen.
Oh, Scott, you actually.
We'll contribute to a banner for him as well. Fuck it. Seems we're giving banners for no fucking reason. Speaking of people with a fan base, though, let's make a nonny banner. Let's make a nonny banner.
Where you love Coke, where you love Ketty.
You love Ketty, where you love nonny, man. Do okay. Fuck it.
The other dude I would.
Or not a Sterling banner. That would really ruffle some feathers. A Sterling banner.
Oh, Sterling will always be a villain at the club. I don't know why though.
Part of me always thought it came down to that racismo incident in 2019.
No,
I always thought
it probably is.
The cunt doesn't know how to square the fucking ball. That's why.
No. But I remember he was getting targeted even in his first few weeks. Like Mount and Havertz would drop consistent 4 out of 10s, and all I hear in Matthew Harding is "fucking hell, Sterling, get back, Sterling." Havertz misses another 1v1. Oh, Roman, do you know what that's worth? Again. Cool.
Lewis, I can't lie. CAA Matthew is spitting, by the way. I think of all the guys we missed out on, like in the summer, Barcola might be the one we missed. The more I watch of him, PSG.
Yeah, he's been cooking the last few months.
Scott. Don't think like that, because I promise you, if he was in our environment, he'd be shit. It's the environment that we have that makes players.
I don't know, because like with us, we can all say our left wingers haven't done well.
Don't get fooled, man.
And it would have been Barcola instead of Palmer. And
I think we should have a new rule. Just stop signing all these French guys, man. They're always injured.
I think we should have a new rule. We only get Cole Palmers in.
Hey, that somehow would work.
Or we start trying to push Palmer to have some kids so he can put them into the academy.
Yeah.
Man, if Silva rocks up in a red kit, that's going to fucking break me.
We'll find some little Brazilian.
Yeah, if he goes Arsenal, that's going to be heartbreaking.
It's actually a rumour.
Who's going off?
The rumour is 3 London clubs have offered Thiago Silva a contract, as well as Fluminense. And regardless of what happens, Thiago Silva's family will stay in London, which makes me worried a little bit that he might pick a London side. I think the 3 teams are Fulham, West Ham, and Arsenal. Those are the 3 teams, I think.
I'll be real. I think it depends on when he wants to retire. Because if I'm him and I want to retire in let's say a year, then I'll just go Fluminense because
he wants to stay in London.
I get to play for my boyhood club. If he wants to play for another 2 years, maybe even 3 years, that'd be kind of ludicrous. But then I can see him go out a London club.
But apparently he thinks he can still play for 3 years.
Scott, I was still saying Barcola. I was still Barcola, Nico Williams, or even what's his name? That guy Leon. I can't remember his name.
Leao.
No, Leo's a good player. No, Barcola or Nico Williams.
Oh yeah.
I'm not convinced with Nico Williams at all, man.
Why don't we just give Thiago another year?
I don't what?
Why don't we give Thiago another year if he wants to stay in London?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Why did we not give him another year?
I can't lie, but people might disagree. I blame that on Poch, personally.
You
Why is
know
that?
what?
And
You know
well,
what? Because
I blame it on Poch.
at
I
the
blame it on
start of
Poch
the
and I blame it
season,
on
when I
Poch.
see all the
Well,
centre backs we had, I was like,
blame it
"Nah,
on Poch.
we could probably lose him this
You
year."
could
But by the
Poch
end
and the
of the season,
directors maybe because like
but
I do think it's got something to do with why he ended up being benched for periods after
No,
his wife.
I
No,
blame.
probably
I
his
blame.
wife.
No. The thing for me is, I blame the what's it called, the Potter as well, because like even though he was good last season, like the whole point we've been saying with Silva, and it's part of the reason why I'm like, there's a part of me that's kind of glad he's moving on, even though I am also sad he's leaving. It's because bro, we keep using him like a fucking crutch. Like anytime something goes wrong, it's we default to Thiago Silva. Oh, we don't really know who our centre backs are going to be this year. We don't really have a good partnership. We default to Silva. Fucking hell.
Silva's just our only experience, and he actually fucking loves the club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like at some point you need to have a contingency plan, and we have had no contingency plan the entire time he's been here.
To be fair though, Scott, I will say one thing.
I tell a lie. Sorry, I tell a lie. We had one contingency plan, and then we decided to, fuck that up.
No, but to be fair though, the club did invest in Fofana, and Fofana.
No, Christensen.
Yep.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we had Fofana. We have what's it called? How many players have we like bought that just haven't worked out due to injuries?
Fofana, bro, the cun's played like 8 games, if that.
What are we talking? Cavs? Are we talking like in general or this season?
No. I'm just saying in general. Like, when they bought him, he was meant to be one of our mainstays, right, in our team, and then it didn't work out. And then Levi was meant to be the mainstay this year.
Off the top of my head, I'd say 3.
3, right? 3 centre backs. And then we just.
I'm talking players in general, not centre backs. I'm talking players in general. Like I'll be completely honest. Like outside of Fofana, we had the tools. Every other centre back this season has been available for us to use for a decent amount of time, where you could have started to plan without Thiago Silva. And and again, it comes back to this manager. This manager decided to play Cole was a left back for most of the season when it wasn't working. He played like 2 games at centre back the whole season. We had Badiashile, and he's killed his confidence. So he now looks arse, and Fofana's been injured. So like he's had the tools. Like he's had enough tools to be able to plan here and there. And the fact that he got dropped, not because of let's plan for the future, but his wife said some comments. Like.
And then gets reintegrated as well, which makes me even laugh even more.
Yeah.
We're desperate now. Come back, Thiago, please.
Yeah, probably because he's somehow outperforming fucking Disasi and Buddy Shield, but
he's our best centre back, by the way, this year.
It's true.
No,
it's true. It's true, Scott. It's true.
No, it isn't. No, it's not.
No,
he's been shit this season.
So who's been better? Who's been better? Yeah, he's been shit.
Chalobah's a bit. In the games he's played, Chalobah's been better.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that.
If I'm going across the whole season, Disasi's been better.
Disasi's probably been our best throughout the whole season.
Yeah, he has.
No, Disasi's the one that's played the most minutes because he's.
No, he's been the best.
And he's been our best.
He's been our best. And this tells you the level we've been dealing with defensively.
And by the way, best doesn't mean amazing or even like having an 8 out of 10 season. He's been the best of a bad bunch.
Sorry, not Koulibaly. Disasi's had like a 6 out of 10 season. Thiago Silva, up until he got reinstated, was having like a 3 out of 10 season. He's been shit this season. And that's not necessarily his fault. I put it more down to the system and a little bit age. But he's been shit this season. Up until he got reinstated, and like when to be fair, the last few games he's played since he got reinstated, he's been really good. But up until then, he was shit. He was awful. He was
we are not forgetting Thiago Silva in the first few weeks. Jimmy was the first to call him out, and I was just seeing more and more errors every week.
No, he wasn't the first. It was Alex was the first from last season.
Oh, it's Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Shout out Marshall.
But yeah, like he.
No, but then Scott, isn't that just more of a reflection on how bad the recruitment strategy is?
No, I actually don't think we've had many misses when it comes to recruitment, to be honest.
The only real misses have been but bar Mudryk and Sanchez. What has been a real miss so far?
Yeah, what's been an out-and-out miss?
So you mean like recruitment of young talent?
No, but there's
names, brother.
Let me get the entire thing out.
Come on, man. You gotta have names for people already.
And the thing is, if you say David Washington, that doesn't count because that's an investment for the future.
They're kids. They're not even playing.
Yeah. So who's been?
So how have you already written them off?
It's not so. It's
No,
not necessarily about the players, right? It's about the
Oh,
profiles.
Sterling as well. Yeah,
It's about the
Sterling.
profiles
If
that
anything,
they-
put
that
that
they
whole
have in
2022 window in there.
I was gonna say, we need to. By the way, sorry, before you go, Daniel. When it comes to recruitment, I mean recruitment under these sporting directors, not under the ownership, because that's completely different. Because that summer window, the first summer window, was a disgrace. Like the fact we're coming out of that window now, like nearly 2 years later, and I'll be real, there's one player out of that entire window who I can comfortably say was a good buy, and it was fucking Carney. Like, yeah, that was a disgrace. That was a complete disgrace. But then we got the sporting
Using
director.
that rapper. Whoever's got that rapper, please go on mute. Thank you. Whoever it was.
Yeah, that was a disgrace. But since we got the sporting directors in, bro, I see like 2 misses. 2 out and out misses, I would say. Like full on there. There's no hope.
Name the 2 misses.
Well,
Sanchez,
Mudryk and Sanchez.
Even then, right? You're judging it based on the talent of the player that was bought. But how I'm seeing it is, why do we have 4 right wingers, even if we can call them talented, right? And we don't have any, we don't have anything on the left wing that's actually good that we can use. We don't have anything in the left back because we've let go of whoever we had there. We still have to fill that spot. Goalkeeper, we signed 2, both are mediocre. Even if you think Petrovic is okay, he's average. You know what I'm saying? He's not really. So there's a lot of. To me, it's not even like, it's like, why do I have Ugo Chukwu, who you might like, or Santos and Lavia? Why do I have 3 of those of the same exact profile? In terms of like young defensive mid, developing player, blah blah blah, you could have signed a more experienced player in that role, or you know what I mean, someone with a lot more talent in their prime in that role. Like you don't have. They've signed a lot of good players that we like. Like I like Hutchinson, I like Santos, I like Paez, I like Palmer, I like Noni, but they all play in the same spot.
I was going to say that the thing. Let me rephrase what I was saying then, because I agree with you. When recruitment, when I say this, they haven't missed, or it's been mostly a success, I'm talking from a talent ID perspective. When it comes from a talent ID perspective, it's been near flawless.
Oh,
really
okay.
flawless.
All right, Scott. Let me rephrase it. Transfer
had,
strategy is what I mean.
Say again.
So the prices they've been paying for certain players.
Yeah, I don't care about prices.
Cucurella. You don't care.
They didn't pay 60 million for Cucurella.
What do you mean?
Cucurella is 52 million.
Also,
none of the add-ons are getting activated.
I mean, 60 million. My bad.
Bush. We are differentiating 2 very different times, my bro. We are differentiating when the owners were doing things when they had no fucking knowledge of the game, and the transfer strategy was very different, if you like to believe what people say, than it is now, to when as soon as the directors came in, the sporting directors, it changed. So they're very different.
Yeah,
so you need
I
to,
can agree. Yeah, I know there's been a change. So you mean does that include the winter transfer window that we have
from the January transfer window last season onwards is what I am focusing on when it comes to recruitment. Because what we did in the summer, like I said, was a joke. Like when it comes to some of the targets, when it came to the guys we actually signed, like it was a joke that summer they came in. But from January onwards, I'm saying when it comes to talent ID, it's been near flawless for me. What I have an issue with, and it's kind of what Daniel said, and it's been my issue with the directors for ages, and it's why I say they're nothing but glorified scouts, is their thought process in terms of the way to go about things is fucked. In terms of they just go and buy players without thought of, like this guy's a great player and his talent is immense, or he has the potential to get to an immense talent, but there's no thought of where does he fit, where's the pathway, who's already there, have we got a similar profile? That's what they've not got right. And I think that comes from, at least from Winstanley's point of view, never being in this position before where he's been in charge of an entire division like this, or in charge of the whole side.
But Scott, you know what I think we're ignoring? I think, some of the players like, Angelo and Amari and Piaz, Noni, they were acquired because not all of them are intended to make it at Chelsea. Like some of them are just going to go on loans and then get flipped.
Yep.
For a profit. So maybe that because we
That's
know
why
they
they're
care
hoarding
about
so much talent.
Yeah, and that's cool. You can do that, but don't do that before I have other spots to fill. Before I have a striker that I can actually use. Before I have get those things first, then you can get more to oh, this might be flipped or might not be flipped. At least that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I
I
agree
hear
with
that.
you. But I just feel like for them it was Angelo's £12 million. He's meant to be a great Brazilian youth prospect. Let's get him on loan. And you see his dribbling stats and everything's crazy in France, apart from the production. In 2 seasons, they'll flip him for 25 million and they'll be like, oh, yeah, look, we doubled our money.
How much money do we spend on Angelo?
Like 12
mil.
25 mil.
12 mil, and that's including the add-ons.
Yeah, but to me, that right now, when you're rebuilding your squad, that isn't the time to be thinking
yeah, that's not the time.
You want to flip. I'm gonna flip him in 2 years for 60 million. Who gives a shit? You should be you should be thinking about, am I gonna be in the Champions League or not in 2 years?
But the thing is, right? We think about that as fans. They don't, and that's the sad thing. And I think it's now they're realizing at a later stage.
Yeah. Can you bring up Danish's last comment, by the way? Because I actually think this is facts, and I think this is what comes down to as well. And this has been an issue when it comes to the decision making and it comes to the sporting directors. And this is what you have, and this is kind of why Vivell left. I think this is facts. I think some of these, Madueke was a Vivell signing. You've got what's his name? Sanchez wasn't even a signing from the sporting directors. That came from the fucking goalkeeping coach, your recommendation.
Yep.
You've got who else do we have in the team that came from? You've got the Monaco centre backs. At least one of those guys came from Stewart. That's 3 different signings from 3 different people. You got Palmer from Joe Shields. There's another one. That's 4 signings from 4 different people, all who have had a say in putting this squad together. That's fucking ludicrous. That's stupid. That's insane. And this is the issue that we've had when it comes to making decisions, because the way it's run in terms of the consortium, everyone's got to agree on a decision before anyone can make a decision. And it's the same problem in terms of putting the squad together. When you got 4 different people, what we had at the time with Vivell, 4 different people having input into, we should buy this player, we should buy that player, you're inevitably going to get situations like this where we've got too many people in one position. Because if you get, let's say you get 4 different recommendations for a certain position, if it's right, cool, that's 4 different right wingers. You can't buy all of them. Oh, you can, and then you have the situation we have.
And then one game a week is even worse.
And not only that, and then what ends up happening is, this time we went with your recommendation. Next time, make sure you vote for my recommendation. That definitely happens.
Oh, well, that's part of the reason, reportedly, why Vivell left, is because we, Bowley and Egbali were listening to Stewart and Winstanley way more than him. When it came to the Felix stuff, the Nagelsmann stuff, other things as well. It was cool, you're not listening to what I'm saying and my recommendations. Why am I here?
Too many cooks in the fucking kitchen, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's when this summer is pivotal. Those 2 need to be demoted or let go. You get one guy. Joe Shields, I would say you need to give him a bit more authority and give him a bit more power, because his 2 signings for me have been, I know Lavia hasn't played. I think he will be a hit when he plays, if he plays. Palmer's been an unmitigated hit, but get one guy who is in charge of everything. When Stanley and Stewart, if they're still here, they report to him. Who's got that background noise, by the way? That's irritating.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. It should be fine now. I muted everyone else.
Yeah, what was I say? Oh, yeah, this guy, he's the one that makes decisions. You have a recommendation from a player, you give it to him. He'll decide whether we sign them or not.
Yeah, I should be gone now. Yeah, I'll be so real. I'd rather go Joe Shields just because the majority of his picks seem to have actually given us some decent fruit. Bar Lavia, but that's also for injury issues. That's not anything to do with him.
But why we don't have a head of scout or head of that department? Is everybody just at the same level?
I think we have different. I think what is Joe Shields'
like a string of scouts?
I say, what is Joe Shields' actual title?
Exactly. And I didn't even know what Vivell's title was.
Oh, Vivell's title was
Director of Professional Football and Scout.
I think,
yeah, but who's the head of the department?
What, head of scouting? It's Stewart and Winstanley. They're sporting directors.
Okay, so what? Okay, so those guys have a better track record than Vivell?
No.
Not even. They were just the two announcers, sporting directors.
I mean, they might have more hits in terms of transfers, but in terms of actual like being in that, in terms of a CV, no, because one of them had never been in the job.
Andrew Cousins is head of scouting.
Who?
For Chelsea. Andrew Cousins.
Again.
Fucking
not sure. Not sure. We got him from Stoke. Like what?
What? Hang on. Oh, he's a scout at Man City. Interesting.
Till 2020, then he went to Stoke for about 3 years, and now he's here.
Who the fuck hired these guys?
So who's the director of football?
I've never heard of this guy before.
We don't have a director.
I don't know who's that guy. Cousins. I don't know.
I'll be real though. Like,
Andrew Cousins.
I'm less worried about the head of scouting in this situation because at least he's been at City. Like, and I don't think CVs always matter for certain things. But like, I could care less about him. It's Winstanley and Stewart. Mainly Winstanley I have the bigger issue with, more than anything.
Why was Winstanley more than Stewart?
Because this is Winstanley. In terms of being a director, this is Winstanley's first ever job in that position.
Fuck's sake.
How do we know they're even going to get rid of those two? Genuinely.
Joe Shields and
a minor role. They don't play such a major role. You know what I mean? Just have that impact. In fact, I'll put Joe Shields up.
So what was it? Fuck off. Chelsea set to appoint Stoke City's Andy Cousins to a senior recruitment and scouting position. Start his role in July. A key part of his role beyond watching games, scouting, and other research will be fortifying a steady line of communication between the recruitment team and Poch. Will join the scouting and recruitment setup at Chelsea that has been completely revamped since the Clear Lake takeover. When Stanley Stewart installed as co-sporting directors, Vivell joining as technical directors, and yeah, that's about it. Ugh. That's a new name. I didn't even know this, brother.
No, me neither, bro. Like when you said his name, it's like, huh?
That was it. So head of scouting, and then you got these randoms. How many fucking scouts do we have? What? These are all youth scouts. Ross Turnbull.
Ross Turnbull survived, you know. Ross Turnbull survived.
Is that Ross Turnbull, the ex-Chelsea keeper?
Yeah, it is, bro. He survived.
Yeah, it is.
He's our goalkeeping scout.
What? Man.
Ross Turnbull got a fucking goalkeeping scout job.
Yeah, he was here under the previous regime. Like when I was looking, like when we had what was his name? That McGuinness dude, the guy who was garbage, or whatever his name was. His head of scouting.
What?
But no, that's jokes.
So what about Hilario? Is Hilario still there?
No, Hilario's not there anymore.
I thought Hilario was just like a coach, not a scout.
No, I think he used to be. I don't think he works for the club anymore.
Is Paulo Ferreira still there?
Paulo Ferreira? Nah, he left time ago. Oh, he might be an ambassador or something now. I'm not sure.
I thought he was on the backroom staff. I thought he was like one of those members.
No, he's an assistant coach at the moment.
Oh, so some of these scouts been here since 2009, since before the new ownership, from the looks of it. The only new ones is from here. So he brought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new scouts.
I recognise that top name.
Ruben Samut.
Isn't he a former academy player?
Yeah, he's like Chelsea under 23.
Oh my fucking days!
Then he went to Falkirk. More under 23s, and then
went to Dulwich
retired at Dulwich Hamlet
after a month.
What? And then he went into video analysis and scouting.
Was a scout at Charlton for like 2 years.
What? Some of these pathways are fucking funny, man. Allison Marines. Where did they come from? Corinthians.
That's
So you're
calm.
probably looking at the South Americans. Ed Brand came from Swindon.
Was an assistant manager. What the? Wait.
And was manager and assistant manager for our youth teams. Also played in the youth teams, then retired at SJS Spartans.
Fuck knows who they are.
Yeah, never heard of that one. Who's next? Ed? No, we already did Ed Brand. Okay, cool. Stuart Thompson came from Man City as a scout in 22-23. Spent a lot of time there, to be fair. And Jeremy Lead came from West Brom's head of scouting and a vid.
It was the head of scouting at West Brom to just scout.
Oh, brother.
Fucking
some of these, man, we could do without. The rest of them, they all came before the new ownership, so I don't really think it's worth checking too tough.
Do we got a good coach in the academy?
The Ross Turnbull one, that one's just weird.
That's jokes.
That's weird. So yeah, you've been around here for long enough. We'll keep you about. What the fuck, man? Big up to Will joining the membership. Big up my guy. Big up to Scotty Cadet saying big up Lewis. Great streams. On Gallagher, we differ, brother. In a tumultuous year at Chelsea, Gallagher has been performing for us. I think we need to reward our academy players when deserved. Now, I don't think he's been performing for us. But here's the thing: the bread and butter of this is, I get what you're saying in terms of reward academy players, but he could be leaving in a month. He could be gone at the end of this month.
On a real, when was the last time he had a good game?
Probably
Game that we won.
at home. Man City at home.
No, Everton maybe.
Yeah, the game that we won. That's the last game we won.
No, for me, that was all guys played on.
6-0. Just 6-0. Cool.
Yeah.
No, Gallagher played well in that one too. We'll give him credit for that.
What about the FA Cup semi-final? Because I didn't watch that game. Did he play well in that game?
No.
He was all right. He was all right. He wasn't amazing, but he wasn't crap. Tom's an outright good game. Maybe Man City away.
Man City away. Cool. So we're talking February.
Yeah. February and the Everton 6-0. Yeah, Maldini, that's why I'm not saying he was crap. Like, he played out of position. He was involved in a couple bits of build-up play. Yeah, whatever, man. He wasn't terrible. In terms of a good game,
quick question. Before 2022, how normal or how easy was it to get a banner? Serious, like, after 1 or 2 seasons of playing.
Only Hazard ever got a banner that big before 2020. It was only Eden.
So basically, like, standards.
No one else got one. Lampard, Terry, Drogba, they never got massive banners like that. They just got the little ones on the sides of Matthew Harding in the shed like everyone else.
Oh, shit.
We only started with Hazard, and if anything, it was our way of trying to get him to stay. We were trying to show him a bit extra love. Like, look, you're the first guy we're giving a massive banner to. Stay. Now it's just been normalized a little bit to the point where we're doing it for a guy who could be gone in a month. That's what I don't understand.
The team that we're playing as well.
Maybe that's a sign. When you give them the banner, they're gonna leave.
Hopefully.
Hey, if Reece James goes next, boy, they might have to just cut that one off. Shout out Scotty Cadet though. Big up, brother.
What up, people?
Big up, Prime. You excited to see the Gallagher banner tomorrow?
Listen, man. This is your club anyway, man. So who cares? I've been listening to what you guys have been talking about, right? And you guys were just speaking on Gallagher and good games. I don't know. I've been willing to just. I'm of the thought process of like once you accept what players are, things become like a lot easier. I think Gallagher lately, I think his games have been like good. Nowhere good enough to keep them or of the standard of Chelsea, but like they've been good enough to show other teams why they should buy him, like Spurs and West Ham. So long as he keeps putting in those performances, I don't have a problem because we're going to sell him. Anyway. So,
yeah, the stocks are going up.
Like for example, that goal he scored, 2 games ago or something, or in the last game and stuff. So yeah, we're going to sell him. Chelsea fans who are crying and want to pay for a banner. See, Lewis, this is why when there was talk about them raising the ticket prices, this is why when I said I don't care. Because if you guys are willing to pay for a banner, then you can pay for double the season ticket or whatever it costs. I don't care. I don't go to games like
It's
that.
only going to be a raise by like
game.
5-10%.
So, listen, I'm an armchair fan. I will still find a way to watch games on my dodgy streams. People like Lewis and Fitor, unfortunately, even though you're not part of the Gallagher gang, you all can suffer and pay for the extra tickets. That's fine. I'll still get to watch Chelsea. Gallagher won't be here. I'll be happy. The summer afterwards.
Hey, if it ever gets too much for me, I'll just sell a ticket.
Exactly. And you know what? Once Gallagher leaves, I know you guys will all move on to Gilchrist. And the funny thing is, I will get rid of Gilchrist too. I will always win. I am inevitable. I will always win. I won with Mount. I won with Conte. I won with Gallagher. I'm going to win with Gilchrist. I will win with Reece James. I always win when it comes to these academy. I always win.
No, we don't need to do Reece.
Hey, and Chloe. No, Reece is involved. And hey, Chloe, keep crying in your monk. All right, mate? Keep crying.
Oh,
he's playing
bro.
right back tomorrow. Gilchrist will play right back, and he will get cooked, and I'll be there. I'll be there. Hey, don't let us lose. Don't let
Scott wanted to watch the world burn, but you, bro, nah, you want the whole universe nuked.
Don't let us lose with Gilchrist playing. Don't let us lose the Spurs with Gilchrist in the team. Don't let us lose. I don't believe we'll lose, by the way. Anyway. As bad as we are, I know we will beat Spurs. But don't let us lose.
I think we'll draw. I think we'll draw, if anything.
No, we'll win. We'll win 4-3. We'll win.
Really? Okay.
I'll be there when Gallagher is starting in the 10 next season at Chelsea. Okay.
Gallagher in the 10 at Chelsea, you don't want to succeed.
If Gallagher is here, he won't be a starter next season. Under a different manager, he's not a starter.
And if he's here next season and he isn't a starter, cool. I won't be complaining.
There'll
be zero complaints over here.
Loki also, Prime is still using the when Reece retires at Chelsea. When he retires at Chelsea, you think, okay. Well, I mean, you might have a point because he might retire from all these injuries in a couple of years. So you might have a point there.
Fucking hell, man. Big up CNAC saying I had a little sympathy for UK fans' ticket hikes, but now I'm looking forward to these bastards paying double after showing they can afford it with that BS banner. Prime's point as well. But look, I barely had a defense for our match-going fans before this. Now, cool. If he joins Tottenham, I'm going to cook this fan base too. I'm going to join in with the smoke. When Tottenham fans are laughing at us over that banner, I'm going to be laughing at us too.
And the thing is, right, Gallagher doesn't actually deserve the abuse Gallagher will get next season. He doesn't deserve it. Unlike Mason Mount, Gallagher actually loves this club. And if he does end up going to Spurs, which it is what it is, it's a career, he doesn't deserve to get abused by Chelsea fans next year. But you know what? Unfortunately, sacrificial lamb.
I'm sorry, but here's the thing. Like, if you're doing all of this, knowing that he might leave, knowing that Tottenham are the #1 team that's interested in him, if I see Chelsea fans annoyed at Gallagher that he's left there, I'm actually going to start backing him. Because what do you mean? Why are you angry? We all knew this was happening. You're the ones that look dumb because you paid for this stupid banner. That's not Gallagher's fault. That's why I'll back him. He chose to go to Tottenham because we needed to get rid of him. Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. Because you could have accepted it time ago. Now you wanted to try and push for it and you just embarrassed us. Well done. There you are. There you are.
Exactly.
Big up CNAC again saying Kante only got a 10 cents a day UNICEF banner. We still haven't even got him one of those little banners you put on the side of Matthew Harding. Is that
Kante doesn't have a banner.
What?
Wait, Kante doesn't have a banner.
No, he doesn't. We gave him this stupid one step beyond banner that was only useful for like 1 or 2 home games because then Tuchel got sacked after that. I'll bring it back up on the screen for you because I don't think you saw it. But this was what was deemed as a Kante banner. That's what was deemed as a Kante banner.
I'm
not even asking for too much.
I didn't know that existed for one, and two, I'll be real. If it wasn't for the fact that the guy's smiling, that could be Rudiger.
Well, the height also helps as well, to be fair.
Like, but and the thing is, right? I didn't know. C-Mac is right. Why are the black dudes at the back? Yeah, he's right. But yeah.
Oh, brother.
Maybe because I'm a foreign fan. Why are banners so important? Up until Mason Mount, I didn't know like this banner stuff was so important to Chelsea fans.
Like it never really was. I think it's just now more as a little message, so, as an appreciation to certain players as well. It's just I don't get it for a guy who is going to be gone in a month, and this banner is literally only useful for 1 or 2 games because you're not bringing it up on the last day of the season. You're bringing out the Thiago Silva banners. So what is the fucking point? These are the ones I'm talking about, just on the top of Matthew Harding, like the Lampard one, the Drogba Legend one. Is it too much to ask for a fucking Kante banner on that? Just a permanent one?
Can anyone how can anyone get a banner and just bring it in and stuff? How does it work?
No, it needs to be approved by the club, which is why they changed the title of the Gallagher banner from, I think, pure talent over pure profit to what was it? Chelsea since birth. Because if it's too like direct, the board won't allow them to bring it in. They have to work hand in hand with them. They managed to paint this as a little appreciation. Reality, it's a protest against selling him. It's just we're gonna look so dumb if/when he leaves. We're gonna look fucking stupid. But hey, I'm gonna join the cook sesh when that happens. Next will be a banner for Jesus Christ, aka Gilchrist. Please don't ever compare my Lord and Savior to Gilchrist, please, Dinishan. But big up, brother. I do appreciate the donation, but yeah, no, that is absolute blasphemy.
If Gilchrist actually gets a banner,
give Jesus Christ a banner, though. I'm
Chelsea fans complain about our owners. I'll be real. This fan base is just as much of a problem as our owners are. I'll be so real. You guys are just as bad, if not worse.
I cook.
Just as bad. There's a reason why I say so much. I hate Chelsea fans. There's a reason why I crash on the fan base so much. Bro, if I wasn't a Chelsea fan, the way everyone targets Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans, I would target this fan base. You guys are so insensitive. You're so critical. I could say racist, which is all obvious, but like you guys will prop up the mediocrity at Chelsea, but abuse the actual talent. You guys will say you don't rate players like Lukaku because he doesn't have a first touch. But yeah, it's okay to keep Gallagher and Mason Mount. Takes one to know one, Prime. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not hypocritical. I stand on what I say about Reece James. But anyway, no, Chloe, I'm obviously not talking about people like Chloe and Lewis and stuff like that. People on this that come on Lewis's streams. I'm obviously not talking about them. But like, we all know the sort of Chelsea fans I'm talking about. The Johnny Minerals of this world. Those are the ones I'm referencing to. They are the problem with this fan base. Why we are about to finish in back-to-back mid-table with no European football. We don't potentially know.
And we're making banners for players. Like what?
And you want to bring out banners to celebrate what players? What why? And by the
I
way,
remember in 17-18 when we finished 5th, right, and we drew to Huddersfield in the last home game of the season. They tried come out for a lap of appreciation, and there was like 5,000 Chelsea fans left. Everybody fucked off after that. Like, we're not giving you any lap of appreciation. We've just dropped top 4 for no fucking reason. Now here we are. Conor Gallagher.
Yeah. People saying pretty gross generalization. No, because I'm not talking about all Chelsea fans, but we all know what kind of Chelsea fans I'm talking about. Like, where are the standards? Why are the standards gone? 10 years ago, a player like of Gallagher's quality would not even be in our squad. A player of Ruben Loftus-Cheek's quality, and he is 10 times the player Gallagher is, he was barely making our squads. He was sent out on loan. Why are the standards gone? People talk about how can we have Graham Potter as manager? Where are the standards? Well, you guys are part of why the standards are so low. You accept this. You accept this mediocrity. What has football come to now? Why are we like this? Loftus-Cheek is better than Enzo, to be honest. Okay. I'm not an Enzo fan, so that's fine. Like, bro, I've never rated
I wouldn't have
Ruben.
even minded keeping Ruben, in all honesty, but he wanted to go.
But
he wanted to go. He had a year left in his contract. Is where it is.
Lewis, I didn't want to keep Ruben because you know why? My football club is better than Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
I'm not saying it's okay if it's a player you personally rate, because I rate Enzo, I rate Caicedo, I rate Palmer, I rate Jackson. I'm not asking for banners for any of them. We're in mid-table. We haven't won a thing with them. Why do they get a banner?
No, here's the bro. Here's the common problem with this comment. I get what you're saying, but here's the problem. People that say, "Why are you getting upset?"
Silva's got 2 already, to be fair. But big up, Sunshine.
So, Lewis, bring that other comment, please.
Cool.
People that say, "Why are you getting upset about fans showing support?" The reason why I say that is when I talk about how we should support other players, I get people start saying, "No, he's not good enough. We can't do that. We can't do that." Yada yada yada. But now we should support players because it's Gallagher. But when it's Jackson, it's okay to give him abuse. When it's Mudryk, we can't support him. When it's Madueke, he's just a thug. But when it's Gallagher, we have to give him support. When it's Mason Mount, who openly disrespected our club, you're still praising him, even though he's at Man United. You're still praising and propping Kai Havertz, who could potentially win a league title at Arsenal right now. You're still backing him. But when it's other players, Supreme in the comments saying, "Bro, still rates Jackson." No, I'm using that to make a point.
No, that's on me. And like I said, Jackson is an awful finisher, but he's a good football player. What are we talking about? Just pull him away from number 9.
No, but I mentioned Jackson to make a point.
Oh,
no, I'm not me popping Jackson. I'm using him to make a point. People love to pick, this fan base loves to pick and choose who it's okay to defend and who it isn't okay to defend.
It's ridiculous. Even on Jackson, the amount of strikers I've seen get mollycoddled year in and year out while they drop 0 out of 10s. Jackson comes in, he's actually done pretty well for his first season, and everyone's on his neck.
Jackson starts for every, barring like City, he starts for every club in the top 6. He starts for Spurs. He starts for Arsenal.
Actually, I'd still take Jackson over Havertz, so I hear it.
No, not even that. Jackson plays on the left instead of Martinelli. He starts for Man United. Man United don't have a striker. He starts for Liverpool over Nunez or Diaz. And yet we want to abuse Jackson, even though he costs 35 mil. And he's overperforming everyone's expectation of him.
It's crazy.
It's cool.
Gallagher gets the club.
No one will listen to any of the things that I'm saying, but like I always get proven right about this club and about this fan base. I always get proven right. So, like whatever it is what it is. It is what it is.
Fucking shit. Whatever. We'll see what the banner's saying. Let's hope for Gallagher's sake he drops a good performance tomorrow, because boy, it'll be like Mount versus Southampton again.
Who is like fit and who isn't? Like, what could the lineup be tomorrow?
Bro, it's just everyone who is fit starts because everybody else is injured.
I don't know who's fit and who isn't really.
Right, so Petrovic, Gilchrist, Badiashile, Chalobah, Cucurella, Caicedo, Gallagher, Madueke, Palmer, Mudryk, Jackson. And I think the only player we can rely on the bench is Cassidy.
Oh, so
I don't think anybody else is fit. Yeah, Sterling's out too. You might see Nkuku and Colwell on the bench because they're in full team training and we literally have nobody else, but it's literally just whoever is fit plays. That's where we're at now. So, I don't know.
So Madueke is going to get isolated on that right side again.
Most likely. Well, but no, yeah, he'll have Palmer to help him because Palmer will drop to the right a little bit too. He usually does. It's just there won't be any overlap for him. That's going to be the real issue.
Why don't we just play that Akpom guy at right back? Or Akpom, whatever his name is.
He must be awful if he can't get a start at right back over a centre back.
Yeah, but
he must just be really
do
raw.
this. Remember back in like December, January, I was saying that we've got a left back in our academy and Dillian Williams. He can play there.
I've never heard that kid's name in my life.
Yeah, this is when Chilwell was injured. Cucurella was injured, and I think Colwell was either injured or he was still playing left back, and he wasn't willing to use Matson. And I was like, just play Dylan Williams. He's a young kid. Play him there. But yeah, I don't know. Like, season's almost over. Only a few games left. Hopefully, Poch is gone. I pray that he's gone. And because we're linked with Amorim, we're also low-key linked with Thiago Motta, who's at Bologna. So it'll be interesting what happens.
Yeah, well, 5 more games. This crap is over. I believe Poch is gone anyway, just based off his quotes up before the Villa game. So unless anything crazy changes, we'll see. But Chelsea are apparently taking their time. Even though it's like, brother, we do not have fucking time.
Pochettino
Other clubs are looking for a manager.
Oh, did you see Pochettino's quotes?
I saw a few of them today. Did I miss anything?
No good news because we cannot recover any players from the last list. We add 2 players more. Thiago and the Sassy are out. Tomorrow is a good opportunity for some kids to play.
Yeah, they might get those little off the bench minutes in the last few minutes of added time. That's it. He's not going to get anything else. I don't even know what our bench is going to be, but I know it's going to look worse than Saturday, which takes a lot of fucking work. But hey, tomorrow's going to be cinematic, either for good or bad reasons. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to redirect to Saeed TV because I think he's going to wrap up. So everybody head over to there. We'll be back tomorrow for the watch along. Keep a lookout for that. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that crap. And as always, Poch out and up the Chelsea.